This quarter of Football Magic is proudly presented by National 9 News.
Yes, welcome back to the Mitre 10 big game on Magic 693. Hawthorn and North Melbourne out on the ground. Let's have a look at the interchange benches. Let's see, going there is young Simon Crawshay in his 21st game, or 21st birthday, I should say. So, Matty, they're not sentimental down at Hawthorn. At least he's starting on the bench.
Well, they've given him a go, haven't they? And they realise that the function factor is big in football, and they put him into the side, and I think it'll be very significant. We'll see how they how hard they hit the ball early.
Gee, first time in my life, I'm hoping Hawthorn doesn't win today.
Now, you can't use those lines, Matty. Sammy's listening to this, and he'll be very upset up there in Brisbane as he's basking in the sun.
Well, we've got Jason Dunstall down in the goal square. He's been picked up by Mighty Mick Martin, who's playing close, but he certainly isn't employing Craig Kelly tactics at the moment. He's just shoulder to shoulder. Poor dear. No, let's see, that's Randall Bone down there, who's also in the goal square. And he's been picked up there by Ian Fairley. So all is ready. We've got Hawthorn kicking down towards the Police Road end to the main scoreboard, North Melbourne. From the opening bounce, we've got a free kick, and it goes to Nick Holland. So a fantastic performance by this youngster this year in only his second year of league football. Kicks the ball out wide. One of the finds of the season. He goes over the top to Woods, who finds Johnny Platten, who's got Stevens as his tagger. Kicks a tumble punt down, and coming out is Mick Martin. Can't take the mark. Dunstall spins out of the pack. Gives the ball across to Tim Hargraves. Quick snap and goal. Now, a free kick, has it been paid? Yes, they're bringing the ball back. He kicked a goal, Tim Hargraves, but a free kick is being paid, and it's being brought back.
To go to Archer.
Against Deer, I think.
So the free kick is going here to Archer. So Archer comes away. Kicks the ball up towards the wing on the outer side of the ground. From behind is Nick Holland. Went up before acceptances. Chance now for Darren Jarman at ground level. Falls over. Holland skids underneath the ball. Ricochets back here to Platten, who was caught. And the free kick will come back to the Rat, and it will go to Johnny Platten. Centre wing position on the outer side of the ground. So Platten. His contract's up at Hawthorn. Will he in fact be with the Hawks next year? So he moves in, goes for a big torpedo, just virtually tumbles off the boot, goes down, punched away by Archer at ground level. Halford goes in, bounces off Stevens for North Melbourne. Kicks the ball back towards where Jarman couldn't take control. Paddling the ball along is Robrin. Comes the ball out wide where we see Langford. Can't also pick the ball up now. Roberts comes in for North Melbourne and runs the ball over the line. So we've got a boundary throw in on centre wing position on the outer side of the ground. We've played just on 2 minutes in the opening quarter, and no score to Hawthorn and North Melbourne. Here's quarters.
So the ball's on the outer wing. It's thrown back in. In the ruck is Holland against McKernan. Holland one out, but is taken by Armstrong. His handball's intercepted by Robram. Now Robram kicks the ball back to half forward. The mark's taken by Hudson. On the outer side, he's about 70 metres out from goal. Looking for options. It's a shocker. Kicks it into the man on the mark, Smith. Smith now picks up the footy and will clear for North. A thumping kick back to the wing. Carey in front of Langford. Langford the fist from behind. Umpire calls play on. Corey McKernan has a fresh air shot. Now a chance for Schwass. Clever little handball looking for Carey at half forward. Can he pick it up? He can. Woods is hot on his hammer. Carey goes short. It's good. He finds Blakey. Runs to within 50. Has a bounce. Now 40 out. Has a shot at goal. It's not bad. It's home. Great rebound footy from North Melbourne. Blakey the first goal of the game. And on the Channel 9 scoreboard, it's North Melbourne one straight goal. Hawthorn yet to score. Let's quickly go round the grounds. Phil Pennell at the MCG.
We've played 2 minutes and Richmond lead by one behind. They're one behind. Collingwood no score. David Cloak at Carlton.
Yeah, here at Optus Oval, we've been going about 5 minutes. St Kilda's just scored 1 point. So that's the only score at the moment. St Kilda 1 point. Fitzroy haven't scored. Is Craig at Continue Park?
Yeah, Footscray 2 points. Footscray 2 points. Geelong yet to score. Very fiery opening and a wild melee at the City end.
Well, I think I said Randall Bone before. Of course, I meant Paul Deer playing down on the forward line as we see the ball kicked out of that centre square. Chance for Collins that just goes on. The ball has been caught. Play on, says the umpire. The ball ricochets back. So trying to come away with the ball now is Hawthorn. Picked up by Crawford. Comes out towards centre wing. Minton Connell was his target. Been punched away down here by Archer. Can't take control. The ball trickles over for a boundary throw-in. So it's on the half-forward flank for Hawthorn. The Hawks kicking down towards the Police Road end. North Melbourne lead. 1 straight goal, 6 points. The Hawks yet to score. That's on the National 9 News scoreboard. So Holland in the ruck. Can't quite get his hands to the ball. Big pack of players. Taken away here. Quick kick. by young Anderson for North Melbourne, but the ball's been marked by Jarman, who's had a fantastic season. Certainly his best season in AFL football. Tim Hargraves takes the mark, takes a casual bounce, comes away the centre wing position, goes down towards Hudson, trapped it well on the boundary line, tries to keep it in a play, back towards young Harford, has a wild kick off the ground, can't make contact, and once more a boundary throw in 45 metres out from Hawthorn's goal. Any major changes yet, Matty?
I just think it's significant that Blakey and Jarman once again tangled from the final last year where they both played quite well.
So from that boundary throw in, the ball is just punched straight back over the line and once more a throw in.
And a significant opening too, because we remember Johnny Blakey kicked 3 or 4 goals last year, actually tagging Jarman playing in the back half, and it started again this year with Blakey running the opening goal for North.
McKernan got the knockdown to Rock. It kicks the ball back to the members' wing. Carey leads the race for the ball. Hot on his heels is Holland, and the ball goes over the line for a throw-in. It's North Melbourne 1 straight goal. Hawthorn yet to score. We've gone 5 minutes in this first quarter at Waverley Park. The Hawks 13th on the ladder. North Melbourne 6th. Looking for that vital double chance. Ball thrown back in. Roberts got the knockout. Now Schwass for North Melbourne. Kicks the ball back to half forward. Carey is in front of Langford. A little subtle nudge from Langford. Got away with it. Good roving by Hartford. Gives the handball to Langford. Langford to Crawford in the centre square. Now a long drop punt. Looking for Mitten Connell. 2 against 1. McKernan goes up and takes the mark. So Corey McKernan, the true centre half-back position, plays on straight away. Gives out the little handball to Anderson. Goes short to Stevens. Now half-back line out of side. He kicks the ball back into the middle of the ground with the marks taken by Blakey. He plays on straight away. Blakey handballs, but Roberts had his back turned. It's taken by Robram for Hawthorn. Goes short to half-forward and finds Hargraves, the goal sneak. From 45, has a pot shot at goal, just offline. And through for one behind. Geez, dangerous around goals, KB. That's young Hargraves.
Yes, and he's kicked goals ever since he's come into the Hawthorn side. I think he's got a tremendous amount of potential. Has had a couple of rocky spots, but he's a player, Matty.
Yes, he certainly is. I like the look of him, and Harford as well is also a very handy player. Some good young kids for him.
So North Melbourne bringing the ball back into play, and Nick Holland trying to claim the mark is not paid. So Archer at the back of the pack for North Melbourne, paddling the ball long, wins control, gets the ball back to King. So it's a quick kick, hugging the bounds line. Out comes Tony Woods for Hawthorn, trying to pick the ball up, does it well. Gets away from his opponent there in squash. The kick's a poor one, but lands in the arms here of Crawford, feeds the ball off to Platten. He's got his tagger today in Stevens. Onto the left boot down where Dunstall leads out. Loses control of the ball, picked up by Graham. Running into an open goal is Mitten Connolly. Should kick a goal, and he's missed from point-blank range. And that's one of the weaknesses I've always believed with Simon Mitten Connell. He misses easy goals.
He can miss a sitter, can't he? I don't know why he just loses concentration. His technique's actually quite good. I'm not sure. Count.
I thought he leant back a little then. Instead of driving through it, he leant back a little.
Well, he was only 20 metres out. Still, it was a really gimme.
You've got to drill through it.
So the ball kicked out by Ross Smith back towards mighty Mick Martin. Can't take it. Advantage has been paid, so it's been picked up by Scholl. Kicks the ball back to where Carey. This will be a great contest between Carey and Langford today. King takes it for North Melbourne. He takes a bounce, kicks down towards centre half forward. Coming out, nearly taking the mark at ground level. Couldn't do so as Ellison. Got a bump, but picked up here by Rock. Goes wide, and he finds Roberts right on the edge of the centre square. So North now into attack.
Roberts kicks the ball back to within 50 and a good mark there taken by Blakey. So he's had all the hair shaven off John Blakey.
Yes, he's got the short haircut, and I can't believe Hawthorn are going to fall for this trap again. They've got Johnny Blakey leaving him one-on-one with Jarman across the half-forward line, and he's running him all over the place at the moment, isn't he?
Do you think, Matty, the tactic is that they think Jarman may not pick him up, so North Melbourne players will actually play through Blakey to see if they can get a couple of quick goals?
No doubt they've been instructed to play through Johnny. No doubt that's the case.
Blakey goes short. His kick's a shocker. It's marked by Crawford. Crawford handballs to the running Scott McGuinness. Has 2 bounces. Now kicks the ball back to the wing, out of side. Setting himself for the mark was Robram. Went over his head. Mitten Connell's there, but the boundary line beats him, and it's going to be a throw-in.
So what they should do is they should open up their whole half-forward line, Hawthorn, and put Jarman on across the half-forward line, because Jarman then becomes a damaging player, and it takes Blakey away from it. Upsets the North plan that they want to do. You've got to try and take the initiative away from them.
There's been some criticism that Knights has played Jarman on the half-back line in the last couple of weeks. They said it might have even cost them the win against Collingwood because he played in defensive position in the first half. Ball's thrown back in. It's at half-forward line for Hawks. Picked up by Ross Smith. He kicks it back to the outer wing position. And Andy Collins is there, but he's beaten by the boundary line. Let's quickly go round the ground. Still Pennell at the MCG.
We've played 8 minutes and Richmond lead by 2 points. They're 3 behinds. Collingwood are 1 behind. Over to David Cloak at Carlton.
Yes, here 10 minutes gone. Fitzroy 1 goal, 6. St Kilda 3 points. Over to Craig at Cardinia Park.
Geelong are 1-1-7. Ablett with the first goal. Footscray 2 points. Sexton's off on a stretcher. Back to Waverley.
Well, back here, we've got the ball over the line, out of bounds. It's 1 straight goal, 6 points North Melbourne. The Hawks are 2 behinds, 2 points. Let's go to the count.
Well, certainly, KB, Johnny Platinum would be pleased with his start with 4 possessions, but Ross Smith, the ever-reliable, with 3 kicks at this stage from the half-back flank.
So from the boundary throw and kicked off the ground by Jarman. Platten tries to keep the ball in play, can't do so. And once more, the ball trickles over the line on centre wing position.
Could I make a comment about Jarman? He does receive a lot of the ball across the half-back line, but they need a player in the midfield who'll run the ball through the lines at Waverley here, Matty, I think.
Yeah, that's important. You do need runners here to run the lines.
So from that boundary throw, picked up here by Anderson, gets the ball across to King. So King of North Melbourne kicks back towards the half-forward line. Good strong mark by Robin from behind. Plays on quickly, gets the ball out wide, and he finds Shane Crawford, who's been very, very busy. Got Armstrong as his opponent that goes wide, looking for Tony Woods now. He's got a paddock to work in. Casually picks up the ball, takes a bounce, kicks the ball deep into the forward line. Dunstall's the target, backing back. Good, strong defensive play by Mick Martin. It's at ground level. Chance for Hargrave. Just couldn't get a kind bounce. Strong players as the ball is kicked off the ground by Ross Smith. Goes back to where Tallis gets it. Tries to give it back to Crawford. He drops now, recovers well. Gets the ball back to Jarman. Twists and turns. Comes into the right boot. Goes down. Is that a mark to Hawthorn? No, not paid to Deer. Wild hand pass comes out. Big punch away also by Archer. They're going in hard on the half-forward line for Hawthorn. Picked up by Graham onto the left boot. Quick snap back. Out comes, let's see, that's Ross Smith. Rockets the ball across and finds Swash. So North Melbourne, sheer numbers, take the ball out of defence.
Wayne Schwass goes short to the wing to Scholl. Scholl handballs back to Schwass. He now has a bounce. Make it 2. Running through half forward. Now he has 3 bounces. Schwass on the left boot. Goes short. Looking for Longmire. Support kick. Carey's there. Couldn't take the mark. Good defensive play by Langford. Ball's knocked over the line for a throw in. Half forward line. Members side. About 65 metres around for North's goal.
Stephen, the game's not lacking any commitment here at the early stages of the game. Hawthorn going in real hard. North trying to match it at this stage.
So, ball thrown back in. It's Roberts against Holland in the ruck. Holland won very easily. Gives the handball to Harford. A wobbly old torpedo punt back to the wing. Big fist away by McKernan. Good roving by Stevens. On the left boot, kicks it back to centre half forward. But it's 2 Hawthorn players and 1 North Melbourne player. Jarman wins out. Handballs under pressure to McGuinness. Little toe poke off the ground. Jarman still in contention there. Hot on his scissors, Blakey. Well done by Jarman. Gives the handball to McGuinness. McGuinness over the top to Robram. Now running through the outer wing. Robram loping around the wing. Puts the ball on the turf. He's too slow. He's caught. Great tackle.
And ran too far.
Too far he's called at the umpire.
Yep, and Longmire's got the free kick on the outer wing. So good chasing by John Longmire. Kicks the ball back to half forward. Carey. In front was Blakey. Could have been paid that mark. Picked up there by Taylor. He handballs back to Collins. Now Collins kicks the ball back to the outer wing. Platten's there and marks uncontested on the outer wing position. Had a lot of touches in this first quarter so far, John Platten. Been out of form the last few weeks. Now Platten goes short to half forward where Graham's up forward again this week for Hawthorn. Played a good game against the Pies. Now plays on. Kicks the ball back within 50 and looking for Hudson or Dunstall. And in fact the ball has gone on the full. So a poor option there by the Hawks, and it's a free kick to North Melbourne right in the back pocket. Small scoreboard end. Score at the moment, North Melbourne 1 straight goal, 6 points, Hawthorn 2 behind. We've gone 13 minutes in this first quarter. Ball kicked back into play, Holland flies, couldn't take the mark. Graham at the fall of the ball, so is Scholl. Good play by Graham, handballs back to Jarman. He steadies on the right boot to centre half forward and hits Mitten Connell on the chest. Mitten Connell 70 out from goal, looking for the Dunstall lead. That's the direction he passes, and it's a beautiful pass. Hits Jason Dunstall on the chest. He's going to be kicking from 40 metres out on a 45-degree angle, but this is certainly kickable for the great Jason Dunstall.
Steve, from the wind report down on the ground, this is the perfect position in these conditions to kick a goal today.
So Jason Dunstall, 56 goals this season. He's had a lot of problem with injury. In he comes. And it's a wobbly old kick. And by Jason Dunstall standards, that was pretty poor, so one behind. Hawthorn, 3 straight behinds. North Melbourne, 1 straight goal on the Channel 9 scoreboard as we go back round the grounds. Phil Pendle at the MCG.
We've played 13 minutes. Collingwood have scored their second behind and trail by 10 points. They're 2 behinds, and Richmond are 1-6-12. Over to Clokey.
At the 15-minute mark here, St Kilda are 4 points up, 1-4-10 to Fitzroy, 1 straight goal. Lots of mistakes by both sides at the moment. Craig at Kardinia Park.
We've played 14 minutes. Geelong are 2-1-13. Footscray are 4 points. And my apologies, it was Rowan Smith who was actually carried off on a stretcher. Back to you, KB.
Back here at Waverley Park, North Melbourne lead by 3 points over the Hawks. The ball's on the half-forward flank. Johnny Longmire wants a kind bounce. He's got his opponent McGuinness there. That's holding the man for mine. Not played by the umpires. McGuinness kicks the ball off the ground, hugging the bounds line, paddling the ball along is Jason Taylor. He's got Crocker there in his comeback game. It's great to see Crocker back in the side. And the ball is run over the line for a boundary throw-in. Centre wing position, and certainly Crocker has been out for a long time, but he is an important player for North if he can regain his fitness, Matty.
Well, you just need him for his versatility. You know, can play up and back. He's a dangerous player. They brought Taylor in to play on him in the forward line, and so he's no slouch, Crocker, up there.
So from that boundary throw taken by Tallis, did well, got the ball out towards Hudson, who just pinpoints Harford. Very impressive young player, Harford. That's why. Great vision. Puts the ball out in front. Tim Hargraves can run onto the ball. Gives the ball back to Hudson. In the pocket. Borks twist. Now handballs back to Hargraves. Got a chance to kick the ball long. It's into the square. It's one for the high flyers. Dunstall comes out. Couldn't take it on the second grab. Mark Roberts comes away with the ball for North Melbourne. The defence is strong. Kicks the ball up where they've got the loose player. And here comes John Blakey. He's got the washboard muscles in his stomach. That's according to Matty Rendell. Kicks the ball long. Wayne Carey running with a fly of the ball. What a contest. One great young champion. He's run out of bounds. The umpire didn't see it.
He could. He's 150 metres from it.
He's had 3 bounces. Runs into an open goal. And he's missed. He's ran into an open goal 15 metres out. No one between him and the goal square, and he has missed because I reckon in his mind he knew that he was 3 metres
I
out.
agree with you. In fact, the boundary umpire was 100 metres behind.
Of course.
It wasn't his fault. I mean, it was just the quickness of the play.
And I reckon Carey kept thinking they're going to blow the whistle, and he's missed an absolute sitter. So what a let-off for Hawthorn as Tallis bombs the ball back to the centre wing position, taken by the Brat. So Platten's off and running. He's had 2 bounces, kicks the ball long inside 50. Dunstall's a target. Mighty McMartin puts the fist away. Dunstall first recover, falls over, picked up by Martin, comes away. He's as tough as nails, kicks the ball long out of the fence, but it's over the line on the full. And a free kick will go to Hawthorn. Johnny Platten takes it. Here's Stephen Quartermain. Here's Matty Rendell.
It's a lively game, and certainly under pressure North at the moment.
Platten goes short to Hudson, who kicks the ball back into the goal square. It's a poor kick. And in front taking the mark is one of the most underrated fullbacks in the competition, Mick Martin. Hardly ever gets beaten, does Mick Martin. He goes short to the members' side. Mark's taken by Blake. He's getting a lot of touches against Jarman. Plays on. Handballs to Anderson. Kicks the ball back into the centre square. It's a beautiful pass. And it finds Darren Crocker. So Crocker, it's a wobbly old kick back to within 50. Here's a chance for Allison. Will-o'-the-wisp onto the left boot. Classy shot at goal, just offline to the right. Through for 1 behind. North Melbourne on the Channel 9 scoreboard. 1-2-8. Hawthorn are 3 behind. Only goal scorer in the game so far has been John Blakey. How many touches? Because he's got a few on Jarman, Count.
Johnny Blakey's doing very well. He's had 5 touches and 4 marks at this stage, Steve.
Jason Taylor's got the ball for Hawthorn at half-back. He kicks the ball out to Platten on the wing position outer side. He's also having plenty of touches. Passes to Harford. He takes the mark. Plays on. Handballs to Hudson. Now can he use the ball better this time? It's another shocking kick by Hudson. That's 3 poor efforts by him as he's tried to deliver the ball up forward. And taking the mark in the last line of defence was Fairley. He kicks the ball back out to the members' side. Half-back line. Mark's taken by Scholl. Plays on handballs to Anderson. Gives it back to Scholl. Scholl now kicks the ball back to the members' wing. Carey flies. Fisted away by Langford. At the fall of the ball, 3 Hawks. Picked up by Jarman. Handballs to Tallis. He's under the hammer. Good tackle by Schwass. Fresh air shot from Jason Taylor. Also a fresh air shot from Langford. Schwass is on hands and knees trying for the ball. Good play from both teams. There's a lot of ferocity out there. It's going to be a ball up on the members' wing, slightly into North Melbourne's attack. North Melbourne 1-2-8. Hawthorn 3 behind. Let's quickly go back round the ground. Still to North
Richmond lead by 13 points at the 18-minute mark. 1-9-15 to Collingwood. 2 behinds. Clokey at Carlton.
Yeah, at Carlton here, 20-minute mark. St Kilda 11 points up, 2-5-17 Fitzroy's 1 goal. To Craig at Cardinia Park.
Geelong by 12 points, 2-4-16 to Footscray 4 behind. KB.
Back here at Waverley, we've got North Melbourne 1-2-8. They lead by 5. Hawthorn 3 behind, 3 points. North Melbourne through Ross Smith. Just forces the ball up towards the edge of the centre square. Taken by Blakely. He's on fire. Gives the ball back here to Rock. Gets the ball across here with a quick kick downfield by Ross Smith, the half-forward line. And coming out and taking the mark is Crocker. So great to see Crocker back in form. Gets the ball across to Armstrong. Runs to 50. Long bomb. Raking left foot kick. And he's kicked a goal. Fantastic play by Crocker, getting it across to Armstrong, who would have played with Matty Rendell a number of games.
Yes, Matty, actually Crawford's had the better of him early. Crawford's been very damaging, and in fact Hawthorn, I would say, without knowing the stats, have had a majority of the play, but you've just got to take your opportunities against class sides like North. They go straight down into the forward line by one of their rare sorties, and they score a goal bang like that, and it just deflates the whole side when you know you're on top and you're behind on the scoreboard.
So on the National 9 News scoreboard, 2-2-14 North Melbourne. Hawthorn 3 behind, 3 points. Quick kick by Hawthorn out of the square, and it's been marked by Minton Connell. Well, he's missed a sitter in this opening term from only 20 metres out. He's virtually directly in front. He'll be kicking from right on 50. Who's been making some noise on paper, Count?
Oh, Smith again with 8 possessions. Platten also with 6 kicks, 2 handballs. Jarman's picking up, has 8 touches as well. And Anderson for the Northerners has 5 possessions, KB.
So Simon Minton Connell will kick from right on 50 down towards the Police Road end. Hawthorn yet to kick a goal. Drop punt is on its way. They've kicked one now. That's a better kick by Simon Minton Connell. So let's just check the National 9 News scoreboard. 139 Hawthorn, North Melbourne 2-2-14. Here's Matty Rendell on Magic.
Yes, well, badly needed goal for them because, as I said, they have been probably the dominant side to this stage, and with Platten, Platten must be on fire. Count how many he's got. Stevens as well, who's a very handy player. Perhaps you can give us a comparison there.
Well, Stevens had 4 touches and Platten's had 6 kicks and 2 handballs. The other thing is the wind's fairly dry out there, actually, Matty, and the Northerners have kicked 2 against the breeze, and the Hawks only 1.
So the ball back in the centre. It's the Roos leading the Hawks by 5 points, 21 1/4 minutes gone. McKernan got the knockout, taken by Rock. Handballs to Schwass on the members' wing. Schwass back to half-forward. Carey against Langford. Carey in front as it's fisted away by Langford. Carey, great ground skills. Great handball to King. Runs to 40, shot on goal. Brilliant handball, Carey. King finishes it off with a goal. He's a class act, this Wayne Carey. Got beaten in the air on that occasion, but magnificent ground skills. Picked it up, fired out the handball to King, ran into an open goal, 45 metres out, drilled it home. North Melbourne 3-2-20, Hawthorn 1-3-9, and we've gone 22 minutes.
It was a nice slick handball, but it was an equally good back turn by King, wasn't it, to get into the free, to break the tackler, and made no mistake. He's a handy player for him, King, on the wing. He's a goal-kicking wingman, which is important to have, especially on the big grounds.
I think it was nearly a full pirouette, actually.
It was a full pirouette.
Yes.
A Barishnikov, was it?
Yes.
Shades of a Barishnikov.
Shades, sorry.
He played very well in the finals last year, King, out here at Waverley.
And I think he was on the outer after he took eternity to have that last kick for goal.
Yes, that's right.
Against Hawthorn.
It took that long that it nearly cost them the game. So from that centre bounce taken here away by Woods of Hawthorn, the kick's a poor one, but Ross Smith is a great player in defence. Goes out wide and finds a loose player in Stevens, so he's off and running. He's got the foot flat to the accelerator, has 2 bounces. Able to come back onto this raking left boot. It just tumbled off his boot, but he pinpointed Allison. He'll be kicking from just on 50 against the breeze. Although at Waverley it's a swirling breeze and it's very difficult to know sometimes whether in fact it is favouring one end, but certainly they appear to be kicking against it. So on 50, it's a long drop punt. It's just slightly holding up, but he got the distance. The accuracy wasn't there, and through for 1 point. So North Melbourne 3-3-21. Hawthorn 1-3-9. Let's go back around the grounds. Here's Phil Pennell at the MCG.
Richmond lead by 19 points at the 22.5-minute mark there, 2-9-21. Collingwood are 2 behind. David Cloker, Carlton.
Yeah, not to say really, it's nearly 25-minute mark. St Kilda just dropped away now. 23 points up, 4-6-30 to Fitzroy's 1-1, 7 points. To Craig at Cardinia Park.
Yeah, Geelong packed in too much early. They're 4-4-28. They lead Footscray 4 behind. So we've played 24 minutes. Back to KB at Waverley.
Ball's at half forward for North, taken by Allison, fires the ball deep into attack. Carey couldn't take the mark. Good work by Langford, concedes it behind. No, he doesn't. Gives the handball to McGuinness, right in the back pocket. He now has 2 bounces. Now make it 3. Running through half-back, he's had 4 bounces. Now measures the kick, kicks the ball back to the outer wing. The big fly from behind is Minton Conlon, couldn't take the mark. Scholes at the fall of the ball. He's beset upon by 4 Hawthorn players. Picking it up is Harford. He now has a bounce, runs towards half forward. Harford steadies, Borks has another bounce. Now Harford runs to 50, goes short. Oh, undoes all his good work. It's a poor kick. And chipping in to take the mark for North is Anderson. Switches play to the members' side. Mark taken by Roberts. Roberts now kicks the ball back to the wing to King, who looks a bit of a funny running style. He might have hurt himself. King now fires out a very clever handball to Fairley. Fairley now on the left boot, back to half forward. Langford against Carey. Langford wins out. So he's having a good game on Carey at the moment, but there's a long way to go. Langford goes short. Mark taken by Jason Taylor. Handballs to Robram at centre half-back. Robram now kicks the ball back out to the outer wing and finds Shane Crawford. Crawford plays on straight away. Handballs to Collins. Doubles back. Now steadies. Measures the kick to Holland at half forward. Holland takes the mark. Plays on, handballs to Crawford. He has a bounce. Hawks trying to set something up. Now he's forced to kick under pressure. Dunstall against Martin. Dunstall! Good mark. About 35 metres out on a 45-degree angle. And Jason Dunstall will line up for his first goal. He's missed one. Similar position to his last kick. A little bit closer into goal. And really, Jason Dunstall should drill this goal.
Just the North players, Armstrong on Crawford and Stevens on Platten. You give a player 3 or 4 yards these days and they'll make you pay every time, and Platten and Crawford have certainly been 2 of the stars. Dunstall,
well, he's missed to the right this time, so another behind for Jason Dunstall. We see Armstrong come off for North Melbourne and coming on as Robert Scott. North Melbourne 3-3-21, Hawthorn 1-4-10. We've gone 26 minutes in the first quarter.
And to support Matty there, Crawford's had 8 possessions, Armstrong only 1.
So from the kick out, it clears the back of the pack where King runs onto it. He looked a bit slow before, but he's recovered now, goes short and finds Scott off the interchange bench. The former Geelong player comes away, takes a bounce, kicks the ball out in front, looking for Longmire. It's a beautiful lead and a great kick. So Longmire, long way out from goals, kicks the ball back, looking for Rock. Take the mark, here's a chance. Allison with a crumb, runs into the open goal, bang, pops it through. So up go the 2 Calicos at the 26.5-minute mark of this opening term. North Melbourne on the National 9 News scoreboard. They move to 4-3-27. The Hawks are 1-4-10. Here's Matty Rendell on Magic.
It's good running by Rock, wasn't he? Passed to Longmire, ran into the open goal, and Tallis, his opponent, was chasing him backwards. Knew that he was completely out of position. He just put up his arms, didn't even see the ball, and hit his back of his arms. It's always a good ploy just to put the player off, and even if it doesn't put him off, there's a chance it'll hit you. But good backing up by Allison. Picked up the crumbs when all the Hawthorn players were out of position.
Count, what's been the duel between Carey and Langford so far?
Well, Langford KB has had 3 kicks, 2 handballs. Carey has had 3 kicks and 2 handballs as well.
So we've got to bounce the ball in the centre of the ground. Umpire David Howlett comes in. So it's Holland in the ruck against Corey McKernan. At ground level, picked up by King, who's been very handy. Check his stats already. Goes short and finds McKernan. On the edge of the centre square, plays on quickly, kicks the ball to space. Running out is Roberts. One moment he's in defence. Next up on the forward line, he's got one in the back. Soft free kick, says Matty Rendell.
The count. I agree with him, though.
Similar size there, but...
Well, I could see you shaking your head, so I knew you thought it was soft, Matty. So, Roberts, usually a thumping kick, waits for the lead, goes short, out comes Allison, should have taken the mark. Sharon just wouldn't stick, so Hawthorn with a chance now, where we see coming away with McGuinness, gets it across to Holland, quick kick comes back, strong play out here by Roberts, thumps the ball on the ground, in comes Crawford, ball ricochets back to Blakey, throws the head back in disgust as the siren sounds, just stopping that final thrust from North Melbourne. So at quarter time, on the National 9 News scoreboard, North Melbourne 4-3-27, lead by 17 points. Hawthorn 1-4-10.
Advertising meat pie, that's what people will get.
Look for milk bars with the big V sign and taste the difference.
Anderson's Furniture announced a short, sharp shock clearance. It's short because it'll end this Sunday at 5 p.m. It's sharp because we must clear $1 million worth of floor stock. And it's a shock because we've had to drastically reduce the prices of quality furniture, including Moran, Parker and Tessa, by as much as 30%. Some items will be sold below manufacturer's cost. Only until 5 p.m. this Sunday. Anderson's, the art of fine furniture at Blackburn, Moorabbin and Oakley.
Yes, and welcome back to Waverley Park for the start of the second quarter. And we see Nick Holland goes up, wins the tap, kicked in mid-air by Johnny Platten. So it goes 60 metres, 30 up and 30 down. Stevens of North Melbourne pounces on the ball, gets it back to Anderson, who comes on that left boot from the half-back flank, kicks it out wide. Who's looking out there for Blakey, but he can't get there, and the ball runs over the line for a boundary throw-in. So North Melbourne have opened well, 4-3-27 to Hawthorn's 1-4-10 count, while that boundary throw-in. Who's been doing well on paper?
Well, Smith with 8 possessions, and also Platten had 6 kicks, 2 handballs, KB.
So a lot of other stars for North Melbourne in that first term.
Yes, King did well with 7 possessions. Also Anderson with 7. Allison picked up 4 kicks. He kicked 1 goal, 2 behinds.
So we see the ball once more just forced back over the line for a boundary throw-in.
But for the Hawks, Jarman had 8 touches, 5 kicks, 3 handballs. Hudson got a few kicks, had 6 possessions, but turned the ball over a little on the forward line, or a lot on the forward line.
So boundary throw-in on centre wing position. McKernan wins the tap, knocked further forward by King, but has been taken out here by Jarman. Gets the ball across. Good play by Jason Taylor. Heads for the open space. That's a cruel bounce for Graham. Should have done better. He would have hoped for a better bounce at this beautiful surface here at Waverley. So it's been picked up by King, who just stumped the ball back towards centre half forward. 2 to beat down there was Carey. Got sandwiched, picking up the ball and coming away as Langford. Been doing a pretty good job on the star. Kicks the ball long where Archer takes a strong mark at centre half back. Bit too strong overhead that time for Minton Connell. Comes away, takes a bounce, takes 2 bounces, runs to the back edge of the centre square, kicks the ball. Ricochets off the back there of Tim Hargraves. Comes back where Stevens onto that left boot. Kicks down, running onto the fly of the ball. That's another bad bounce for Longmire. Here's a chance for Collins of Hawthorn. The back of the pack, wins it. Ducks the head, comes away. Runs to 50. Kicks the ball towards the wing on the outer side of the ground. Graham lopes to the ball. Gets it. Has to come back on the left boot. Feeds the ball off to Nick Holland. Very athletic Holland. He's off and running. Takes those giant strides. Kicks the ball inside 50. Looking for down there was Dunstall, but at the back of the pack once more Anderson takes it for North Melbourne. So it's a strong defence, goes wide, finds Fairley, feeds the ball off. A chance now for Rock, half-back flank. They're on the members' wing, kicks it wide, and Armstrong comes out and takes a strong mark.
Armstrong plays on handballs to Scott. Scott kicks the ball back to centre half forward. Carey's in front of Langford again. Carey, this time on the second bite, takes a strong mark. He's having a great duel with Langford, even at this stage. Carey fires the ball into the pocket. Mark's taken by Fairley, 45 metres out. Lots of North Melbourne runners.
Ran all the way down to the back pocket.
So Fairley decided to have a shot. He's 45 out on a 45-degree angle. Dunstall missed 2 from here in the first quarter. But Fairley looked pretty good, just faded with the breeze and threw for 1 behind. North Melbourne on the Billy's Pies and Cakes scoreboard, 4-4-28. Hawthorn 1-4-10, and we've gone 3 minutes in this second quarter.
And at half-time, we're getting the Billy Pies and Cakes here in the broadcasting box. So got a big fair coming up at half-time. Here's quarters on Magic.
The mark's taken by Chris Langford. Half-back line out of sight. He goes short back to the wing. Robrum's there on the half volley, couldn't mark. Tried to give it to Collins, but the ball's gone over the line for a throw-in.
People think that North's attack is one of their strengths, but there's no doubt that the defence is just very, very solid, and Hawthorn have had plenty of opportunities to goal, but they've only got 1 in the quarter and a bit where they've played so far.
Quick kick out of the pack by Anthony Rock, playing in front with Schwass, who takes the mark half forward, out of side for North Melbourne. Long way from goal. Schwass centres the ball. Roberts is there, so is Longmire. And Longmire takes the mark over the top of Holland, directly in front. The kick is directly on the 50-metre line, so it's strictly in front, 50 metres out. And this will test the horse.
I think North Melbourne always look better with Longmire on the forward line.
Oh, no doubt.
Just complements the Carey, the 2 of them down there, focal point.
That is a magnificent kick from John Longmire. Makes no mistake, and he drills home the goal. So North Melbourne go further ahead. They lead by 4 goals now. They're 5-4-34. Hawthorn 1-4-10. We've gone 4.5 minutes. Let's go round the grounds Phil Fennell at the MCG.
We've just begun the second quarter, Stephen, and Richmond lead by 32 points. 4-11-35, Collingwood are 3 behind. David Cloak at Carlton.
Yeah, not just over here. It's gone 7 minutes in the second quarter. St Kilda kicked another goal there. 30 points up, 5-8, and just as we speak, they've just put another one through, so they go to 6-8-44. Fitzroy 1-2-8 points.
Let's go down to Cardinia Park. Here's Craig Hutchison.
Abbott's second takes Geelong out to a 31-point lead. They lead 6-5-41 to Footscray 1-4-10. We've played 2 minutes. Back to the big game at Waverley.
North Melbourne lead by 24 points from that ball up. Taken away here by Hawthorn. Good strong play by Matthew Young, but he's been dispossessed, so the ball lands in the arms of Roberts, comes away, kicks a long bomb down in the forward line, and out comes Longmire once more and takes another strong mark. I know they've got to play him in defence sometimes at full-back, and he does a good job, and he can find himself out of form and sometimes out of sorts, Matty, but just somehow they look better when he's at full forward.
He's a confidence player, but when you've got a player of 6'4" who's strong and is a 100-goal kicker in previous seasons, what it does is it releases some of your other players to come into the game too, so just a significant factor there at full forward.
So John Longmire from 45 metres out rams home his second goal, so it's a great start to this second term for North Melbourne. 6-4-40. They now lead by 30 points. 1-4-10 Hawthorn on the Billy Pies and Cake scoreboard. Here's the count.
And KB, very pleasing for the Northerners today. Anthony Rock's doing very well at the fall of the ball with 5 kicks and 3 handballs. Now John Longmire's had 5 kicks, 3 marks, and kicked 2 goals straight.
He nearly kicked 100 goals in the season. Matty kicked 98 goals.
98, sorry.
In fact, they played Collingwood out here.
He kicked about 2 goals, 8 or something, didn't he?
2 goals, 8 that day. Just couldn't quite. He would have been the youngest player ever to kick 100 goals in league footy, but 98 to 100. What's the difference, eh, Matt? Here we go.
Tell that to a test batsman. Yeah. The ball's kicked back to half forward for Hawthorn. Gee, they desperately need a couple of goals. It's about 4 North Melbourne players and 1 Hawk. And North Melbourne, not surprisingly, win out. Picked up by Scholl. Kicks the ball back into the middle of the ground. The mark's taken by the busy Roberts. The Fridge has a bounce. Now kicks a long bomb. Looking for Carey. Carey's in front of Langford. Umpire calls play on. There's Andy Collins. Up against him is Carey. Collins is happy to see the ball over the line for a throw in. Forward pocket, about 30 metres out from North Melbourne's goal.
Steve, the Fridge, as you said, Roberts has had 7 kicks and 3 marks, doing very well.
So the ball thrown back in. In the ruck, it's going to be Corey McKernan against Robram. And Robram got the knockout. Here's a chance for Scott. He's tackled by Young. Now kicked off the ground by Collins. King's there for North Melbourne. He's also been busy. Has time to steady. Fires out the handball to Stevens. Gets a bad bounce. Goes to Armstrong. Back to King. King another kick. Deep into attack. Oh, and a good mark. Taken behind by Nick Holland. Geez, a great athlete. And Nick Holland now plays on, goes to the members' side, looking for Crawford against Longmire. Great play by Longmire, but his handball's going to be intercepted by Andy Collins. But working hard is Robert Scott. Here's a chance for Holland again. He steadies, now fires out the handball to McGuinness. McGuinness has a bounce, runs through half-back members' side, kicks the ball back to the wing. Graham against Scholl, neither can take the mark. Hargraves does the roving. Quick right foot kick is ordinary. Oh, Smith dropped the mark he should have taken. And in the end, the ball goes over the line for a throw-in on the members' wing.
Yes, the idea was right. He had Platten running down the ground by himself, but the execution was quite poor. He didn't see Smith chipping in there.
Yes, his ambitions and capabilities just got a little bit crossed there, but he had great vision. He just couldn't pull it off with a kick.
North lead Hawthorn by 40 points to 10. 8.5 minutes gone in the second quarter. And it's going to be a ball up. No, the umpires come in, so it's going to be a free kick. Another soft one, really. And Wayne Schwass is going to get up and take the free kick on the members' wing. So pretty soft free kick. Anyway, Schwass has got the last laugh. He goes short to Anderson, who's also been busy. He's been asked to play on, gives the handball back to Schwass. Schwass kicks the ball still in the wing area. Armstrong flies, can't take the mark. Now it's nearing half forward for North Melbourne. Jarman picks up the loose ball, gives it to Andy Collins. Collins now kicks the ball back to the outer wing. Nick Holland's in front. All good skills by Holland. Tried to give the handball to Hartford. The umpire, in fact, has ruled that Holland was caught high. And the Hawthorn ruckman's got the free kick. Wastes no time in playing on. Goes short to Woods, who runs to half forward now. Outer side. Woods kicks it back within 50. Mitten, Connell and Dunstall. They both fly. Neither can take the mark. Mick Martin to clean up the crumbs. But now Dunstall chips in. He handballs under pressure. Looking for Hudson. Hudson paddles the ball in front. Now gives out the handball to Platten. Platten to Dunstall. Dunstall to Graham. Graham should goal. And it's hit the post, so another bad miss by the Hawks. They've had plenty of opportunities to kick goals, Matt Brindle, but they just can't drill it through.
They don't come any easier than that either, Steve, and, you know, right in the open goal, Graham.
So on the Billy's Pies and Cakes scoreboard, it's North Melbourne 6-4-40, Hawthorn 1-5-11. We've gone 10 minutes in the second quarter.
Anderson brings the ball back into play to Swash, who gives it across to Stevens on that raking left boot, kicks down where McKernan was there from behind, punched away by Robert at ground level. Crawford is a really good player, strong player, comes onto the left boot, the kick to tumble punt, and lands in the chest down here of Stevens, who plays on, rebound football, gives it across to Smith, who kicks a long bomb back to the edge of the centre square. The long arms McKernan went up at ground level, couldn't take the mark, but he's been paid the free kick. So McKernan has got the free kick. He's smack bang into the centre of the ground out of Waverley. North Melbourne 6-4-40, lead Hawthorn 1-5-11. It kicks wide, and King Carey comes out and takes the grab. 55 metres out, takes 2 steps, says, I'm going to kick a long ball and I'm going to kick a goal. Fantastic play. Off 2 steps.
What a champion.
55 metres out, had a look and thought, well, I'll have a ping here and pop it through. 7-4-46 North Melbourne. Hawks are 1-5-11. Let's go around the grounds. Here's Phil Pennell.
Well, this game is in direct contrast to last night's. Richmond are 4-13-37. Collingwood are 5 behinds, and we've played 6.5 minutes into the second quarter. David at Princes Park.
Yeah, nearly 15-minute mark here. St Kilda just going further ahead. 42 points up. 7-8-50 to 1-2-8 Fitzroy. To Craig at Continue Park.
2 goals to Footscray. They're now 3-4-22. Geelong 6-5-41. We've played 10 minutes each in the first quarter. Back to Waverley Park.
Well, kick off the ground by Rock. Goes towards centre half forward. Picked up by Carey. He's been tumbled over. He was looking for the free kick. Strong play by Tallis. Gets it across to Young. So Hawthorn go forward. He was looking for Holland, but the kick travelled too far. Couldn't quite get his hands to it. Picked up by Smith. Playing on Hudson. Kicks the ball back where Carey in front. Great mark from behind by Chris Langford. Up over the top. It's been a terrific duel. Quite fascinating. The old stage of the old champ taking on the young gun of the competition. In the centre of the ground. Hawthorn trying to come forward. Deere takes the ball, gets it across to Collins. So here come the Hawks.
Collins handballs to Woods, who runs through half forward. Now kicks the ball short, looking for Dunstall, and he takes the diving mark. He's about 45 out from goal, almost on the boundary line, so it's a tough angle. And boy, Jason Dunstall is being made to earn every kick against Nick Martin.
Well, that's a good defence does that. It forces you wide. It forces you to take your shots from 10 metres inside the boundary line, and they're just dominating at the moment, North back line.
Dunstall has a shot on goal. It's not bad. I think he might have drilled it, actually. That's a good kick from almost the boundary line position for Jason Dunstall. So he's picked a badly needed goal for the Hawks. And on the Billy's Pies and Cakes scoreboard, it's North Melbourne 7-4-46. Hawthorn at 2-5-17, and we've almost gone 13 minutes in the second quarter here at Waverley Park. Here's the count.
Well, Steve, Ross Smith is still doing very well. He's had 9 kicks, 1 handball. Also, Schwass is coming into the game with 9 kicks and 1 handball. Platten, 8 kicks, 2 handballs. McGuinness, 6 and 2, and also Jarman, 5 and 5.
So the ball back in the centre. Deers in the ruck for the Hawks. And they really needed that goal. Hawthorn have been of any chance in this contest. Really wasted a lot of opportunity so far. North way in front, and deservedly so. Free kick come out of this. It's against Deer for legging. Armstad going back to Roberts for legging. So Roberts got the free kick, kicks the ball to the outer side where Stevens has found space. He now kicks the ball back into the corridor. Carey can't take the mark, but again recovers brilliantly. Twist and turn on the left boot. And this is, just missed. Carey, that is just absolute class. Spun on a 5-cent piece, had a left foot shot at goal, 3 for 1 behind.
And Steve, Wayne Carey's had 6 kicks, 2 handballs and 1 goal too. But Langford also for the Hawks has had 6 kicks, 2 handballs and 3 marks. Very even competition here.
And he does make it look so easy, doesn't he? Took on 3 opponents and casually kicked a left foot goal, unfortunately offline.
McGuinness brings the ball back into play. Marks taken by Robram, half back line out of sight. Gives the handball to Crawford, who in turn handballs to Platten. Has a bounce, runs to the wing. Kicks the ball back to half forward. No one home really for either team. Holland's there, he overruns the ball. Fairley's battling hard. Now coming through is Anderson. Geez, an impressive youngster. Handballs to Armstrong, to Schwass. Now over to King. Gets it to the running Stevens. Handballs back to Schross. Good linking play by North. Schross has a bounce. Runs to half forward. Not sure what to do with it. Has his kick partially smothered by Young. Taken again by Stevens to Schross. Now McKernan. It's a wobbly old torpedo punt off the side of the boot. Jarman in front. Couldn't mark. Now's a chance for Longmire. Against him is McGuinness. McGuinness does well to kick the ball off the ground. He'll be happy to see it over the line. And, it's pretty deliberate. Yes. You did not do that very well, Scott McGuinness. Too obvious, son. Should have gone for a little toe poke for mine. And Blakey's got the free kick. Centres the ball. Looking for Carey. Carey can't take the mark. That's to Young. And Young's been paid the mark at centre-half back for Hawthorn. So Young goes short, out of side. Jarman's found some space. Takes the mark, has a bounce. Now make it 2. Jarman steadies. Goes short again inboard and finds Holland. Holland looking to play on. Now handballs over the top. Terrible option. Taken by Fairley. His kick smothered. Now Crawford coming through for Hawthorn. Crawford handballs back to Jarman. Still on the outer wing. Jarman has 1 bounce. Now 2. Langford offers the Shepherd. Now Jarman, another poor kick to half forward. Hudson's there against... That's Armstrong, I think it is. Yep. Now Scott back to Armstrong. Armstrong kicks the ball back to the outer wing. Woods is there against Schwartz over both their heads. McKernan's there, so is Robram for Hawthorn. Robram's done pretty well against McKernan. He's under pressure. Gives it back to Woods. Got to be a free kick to North. It is. They mucked around the Hawks. And the free kick is going to North Melbourne. Half forward line out of sight has been taken by McKernan.
So North Melbourne lead by 30 points, and he kicks down looking for Longmire. Oh, he's being crunched to the ground. We'll take the free kick. And he'll be shooting from 45 metres out, directly in front. He's booted 2 goals in this second term. Let's go to the count for Johnny Longmire's stats.
KB's had 5 kicks, 1 handball, 3 marks and 2 goals straight at this stage.
Yes, Paul D gave away that free kick, KB. He's gone into the ruck and he's trying to ruffle a few feathers here of North, and he gave away a free kick at the centre, which wasn't one before, mind you. And he just crunched Johnny, even though Johnny, I think, had already dropped the mark.
So Longmire, the distance is no problem. He's drilled it for goal number 3. Well, this has been Longmire's second quarter. 8-5-53 North Melbourne. There's a fight on too at centre-half forward. 2-5-17 Hawthorn. I think that's a melee because there's more than 4 players there. Johnny Platten got very upset.
It was Tallis and Rock that were having a little war before, and I think they finished it off with a couple of pleasantries.
And Johnny not very happy as well. We see him there with Stevens, who just says, now cool it, Johnny. We're having a good battle here. Let's not do anything silly. So the ball quickly brought back to the centre of the ground, and they're going to bounce it. Umpire David Howlett. We see warming up here Crocker about to come on for North Melbourne, and so is Jason Taylor for Hawthorn. So it's 53 plays 17. North Melbourne in front on the Billy Pies and Cake scoreboard. So David Howlett comes in, bounces the ball. McKernan in the ruck, giving that tap against Deere. Taken away by Platten, but a free kick's going back here to North Melbourne, and it's going to McKernan. So he's smack bang in the centre of the ground at Waverley. As we see Allison off and Crocker on. McKernan drills the ball down. Carey comes out hard, but that's a terrific mark. Once more to Young. That's the second strong grab he's taken in front of Wayne Carey. Kicks the ball out wide, looking for his teammate out there in Jarman. Didn't have much chance, and the ball goes over, but he may have been interfered with. He has, and will take the free kick. What's Jarman's stats also count?
Well, Jarman's had 6 kicks, 5 handballs, but Deere's come off now. He's only had 1 handball, given away about 3 frees.
So he goes short to Young, so Hawthorn into attack up towards the half-forward line. It's a high ball, and Nick Holland comes out and takes the mark. Wants to play on quickly. Now you've got to play on, son. You've moved off your mark. Goes short, looking for Platten. Was that 10 metres? Just. So Platten is on the half-forward flank on the outer side of the ground. Hawthorn kicking down towards the main scoreboard. Usually a beautiful kick. This is no exception. Up before acceptances look to be Dunstall down there, and he's given away the free kick.
Frees at this stage, and North Melbourne in the quarter, 8 to the Hawks, 1.
And Dunstall just having a word with the ump. So Archer takes it for North Melbourne. He's in the back pocket. North Melbourne 8-5-53. Lead Hawthorn 2-5-17. We've played just on 19 minutes in the second term. Kicks the ball back where we see Young takes the mark for Hawthorn. What's his stats count? He started on the bench.
He's had 5 kicks in this quarter, 1 handball and 3 marks.
And 2 great marks also in front of Carey. Goes short and hits Minton Connell on the chest. So he's a fair player, this Matthew Young, in this quarter.
Yes, I don't know. He's been good. He took 2 courageous marks. He stood in front of Carey there, and you know, you need a lot of courage to stand in front of a man mountain like that. And look, if they goal from this, it's a bad kick, wasn't it, from the North Melbourne player out? Just picked Young out right on the 50-metre line by himself.
So Minton Connell has kicked a goal, comes in 45 metres out. It's a long shot. They've missed a couple of easy goals, Hawthorn, and he's put it through for just a minor score. So North Melbourne 8-5-53, Hawthorn 2-6-18. Let's go back to the MCG. Here's Phil Pennell.
15 minutes into the second quarter, KB and Richmond lead by 24 points. 4-13-37 to Collingwood, 1-7-13, but Justin Charles is lining up from about 30 metres out. Clokey at Princes Park.
Yeah, not disabled here. St Kilda are 44 points up. 8 goals, 10-58. Fitzroy's 2-2-14. Stewie Lowe's kicked 4 for St Kilda. Craig at Cardinia Park.
Who said Gary Ablett wasn't fit? He's had about 7 kicks this quarter, taken 3 great marks and kicked 3 goals, 4. And Geelong leads 7-1, 7-11 and 53 to Footscray 3-4-22. We've played 18 minutes. Back to you at Waverley.
And Darren Crocker has got the free kick for holding directly in front of goal for North Melbourne, 35 metres out. And here's a chance for Crocker to kick a goal. He missed 5.5 months of football after injuring his knee in a practice match against Richmond, had a reconstruction. And he's back in the firsts after 3 reserves games. Great to see him back. Crocker has kicked a goal. Yes, he has. Well done, Darren Crocker. That'll give him plenty of confidence. And on the Billy's Pies and Cake scoreboard, North Melbourne go further ahead here at Waverley. They're 9-5-59, Hawthorn 2-6-18.
Well, you just got to have to make some moves here, don't you? Hawthorn falling down badly across their half-forward line. It's just not working there. Nick Holland's been not bad, but, you know, you've got to win the game. It doesn't matter if you lose by 15. You've got to try and win the game. I'd be moving Jarman to half-forward and clearing out every Hawthorn player and let him go one-on-one. You're going to get some value from him down there.
And Big McKern has been a very good ruckman there in the middle, Matty.
He has had a good game so far, but so has his opponent, Nick Holland.
Ball bounced down back into centre, picked up by King. Hurried left foot kick to half forward. Woods can't take the mark. Hawthorn coming through as Langford. Gives a little handball to Platten. Platten on the left boot. Kicks the ball back to the members' side. The mark's taken by Robram, who's been one of Hawthorn's better players. Now Robram back to half forward. Hargraves has found some space, takes the mark. Minton Connell screaming for the ball. But Hargraves chips the ball short to Hudson, who mark. Plays on the left boot. Has a shot at goal. Not bad. That's a beautiful goal from the boundary line. And Hudson has threaded it through. So there's a quick answer by the Hawks. North Melbourne 9-5-59. Hawthorn move on to 3-6-24. Let's take this opportunity to go back round the grounds. Phil Pennell.
Well, Richmond lead by 25 points at the 18-minute mark. 4-14-38 to Collingwood. 1-7-13 their first goal coming at the 11-minute mark. David Cloke at Princes Park.
Yeah, just going into time on here. St Kilda are 50 points up. 9-10-64. Fitzroy 2-2-14. Stewie Lowe's kicked 5 in this quarter. Craig at Cardinia Park.
Another goal to Ablett takes Geelong out to a 37-point lead. They're 8-11-59. Lead Footscray 3-4-22. We've played 20 minutes. Rowan Smith's back on, and Chris Grant's in the back pocket. Back to Waverley.
Here's another chance for Hawthorn. Collins overruns the ball. It's within 50 for the Hawks. Platten's held it, not in possession. Got the free kick. And the ironical cheers from the Hawthorn crowd. The umpiring certainly hasn't been biased towards North. I mean, they've been in for the ball first. They've served the free kick, so a bit hard from the Hawthorn fans here.
What's the free kicks count?
Well, KB at this stage, 9-13 to the Roos and 5 to the Hawks.
Platten has a shot on goal. It's close, off hands through for one behind. So, the Roos, 9-5-59, Hawthorn 3-7-25, 23 minutes and 20 seconds gone in the second quarter.
And I think Robin also has been a good player. I think that's a good point that was mentioned before. He's virtually playing on the resting ruckman down there in Corey McKern and also Mark Roberts. And he's got a future. His dad was a superstar with South Australia, Barry Robin. The ball's kicked back by Rock. Robin's in front of the pack, goes up and takes a mark. So you speak about him, Matty, and they never let you down.
He didn't measure, did he, Kevin?
So Jonathan Robin from that half-back flank kicks back up towards the centre-half forward position. At the back of the pack's Ross Smith. Read it better than everyone. Gives it across to the washboard. That's what Matty Randell says John Blakey's got. His stomach's is like a washboard. He's got that many muscles on muscles. kicks the ball out wide. Good play here, taken away by Longmire. Bang, a long kick down towards Carey. Also playing in front, but he wins the ball. Crocker gives the ball across. Quick snap for North Melbourne. This is a goal kicked by Allison. Well, he can do that, Allison. Sometimes he misses some easy goals, but he just bobs up. He's got that great pace and ability there, Count.
Yes, KB, it's his first kick for the quarter, but he's now had 5 kicks, 1 mark, 2 goals and 2 behinds. Also a tremendous 1%er by Crocker then, Darren Crocker.
Went onto the interchange bench for a very, very short spell, but he is a live wire for North Melbourne. Really does complement the likes of Longmire and also Wayne Carey. And we see in the goal square now they've moved Carey out. Well, he's still out at centre-half forward. Longmire's moved out as well, and they've got Darren Crocker playing at full forward with Scott McGuinness, his opponent. From that centre bound, Swash tries to break clear, taken by Platten. Can the Rat lift Hawthorn to Jarman? Quick kick down towards Minton Connell. It was a beautifully weighted kick. He was under pressure too, Jarman. Put it out in front, and now it's been reversed.
Great.
Here's a comment from Matt Rendell. It's been reversed.
He's down.
It's
What about the umpires
remonstrated
now,
hardly
Steve?
at all.
Westgarth sucked in.
And just it's disappointing, isn't it?
Well, it's disappointing because Stephen Quartermain's picked up a record, looked up at his umpire Mark Westgarth and threw it out the window. So we see Hawthorn back into attack. Chance for Tim Hargraves on 50. It's a long bomb. It could bounce through. There's the reply for the Hawks. Billy Pies and Cape scoreboard. North Melbourne 10-5-65. The Hawks are 4-7-31. Smoke's coming out of the ears of Stephen Quartermain. Here's the count.
Oh, can I ask Quarters? Actually, I thought you were saying before the umpiring decisions weren't too bad.
But that was fairly
They do, I tell you, they are far too officious on that someone remonstrating when someone's given one of their players a hard time. You come in and lay a finger on the bloke and they ping a free, they reverse the decision. It was just disgraceful, wasn't it?
Well, 34-point lead to North Melbourne. Let's check the time clock. 26 minutes played in this first half, and young Hargraves is off. And coming onto the ground for Hawthorn is Shannon Gibson. So he's just kicked a goal and off the ground. What do you think of that, Matty?
Well, he's obviously off on the way off before he kicked that goal, Kevin.
And no reprieve. No reprieve for Hargraves as Stevens spins out of the pack for North Melbourne, kicks down towards 50. Good play by Taylor. Got there first, kicked it off the ground in front of Carey, and the ball trickles over the line for a boundary throw-in. Let's go to the count. Who's been the major stat winners for both sides?
Well, Platten's had 16 possessions and 3 marks. Robin has had 8 kicks, 3 handballs and 4 marks. For the North team, Schwass has had 10 kicks, 3 handballs. McKernan, 7 and 4.
So Holland takes the front position. Gets his hands the ball down towards Platten with a tumble punt back towards the wing. Bad bounce once more for Graham. Now once more he gets a second bad bounce. So it favours Fairley, gives it across the King. So North Melbourne kick a long bomb where Holland comes out. He's going to be a great player, Nick Holland. Is he athletic? He's broken his shoulder this year, but he's back in great form to Platten. 17th possession to the Rat, who's starring, gives it across to Tony Woods, kicks the ball up to centre-half forward to the back of the pack. Shannon Gibson runs onto it. He's being caught. Great tackle. He's a little bit slow, the youngster. Picked up by Anderson, kicks it straight over the line on the full. 3 Hawthorn players run for the kick. That's what I like to see, Matty Red.
Yeah, and I know he's grabbed it. Hudson has.
No, it's Dunstall.
Hudson grabbed it. They had to give it to Dunstall. Oh, does he love a goal, Huddo?
Bit like his dad.
And what about the bloke next to you? There'd be nothing in it between you and Hutto, would there, Kevin?
What are the combined totals of handballs between Hudson and Barton, you reckon, man?
Well, Hutto had 1 today, so that's 1 more than Kevin ever had.
Dunstall goes short.
I always said, why give it to Muggs?
Dunstall goes short. Graham, who takes the mark. Better angle. He's about 50 metres out from goal. Graham, shot on goal. Not a bad effort. Just misses to the left and 3 for 1 behind. So on the Village Pies and Cake scoreboard, it's North Melbourne 10-5-65, Hawthorn 4-8-32, Phil Pennell at the MCG.
Well, Collingwood have just scored their 3rd goal. They've got a bit of a run on and trail by only 13 points now. They're 3-7-25 and Richmond are 4-14-38, and we've played 24 minutes. David Cloak at Carlton.
Yeah, not disabled. It's half-time here, KB, and St Kilda are leading by 51 points. 9-11-65, Fitzroy 2-2-14. Stewie Lowe's been the star in that quarter, kicked 5 goals. I think that's how many he's got for the game at the moment. Craig at Cardinia Park.
Applets off the ground, and Footscray kicked 3 goals to come within 19 points. Geelong 8, 11.59. Footscray 6, 4.40. We've played 27 minutes.
Has he hurt his hamstring, Craig?
I'm not really sure, to be honest. Kevin, he just left the ground and didn't show too much discomfort, but bench has gone to full forward and Abbott's definitely off.
Okay, back here at Waverley, it's North Melbourne 65, lead Hawthorn 32 in his quarters.
Ball kick back to half forward for North. Carey against Langford. Carey, Langford fisted it away. Platten's in there. Gee, just seemed to be best on ground at the moment, John Platten. He had a blinder last year in the finals against North, one of the best games he's ever played for Hawthorn. And he's been down the last month, but count today, he's really having outstanding.
14 kicks, 4 handballs and 3 marks, Steve.
So, ball thrown back in. Slightly North Melbourne into attack, out of side, fisted away by Crawford. Guess who? John Platten, another kick, goes short, finds Woods. Woods goes inboard to the running Holland. Holland's taken the mark, handballs over the top. Now can Hawthorn mount something? Harford had a bit of a dirty day, overran that ball, but now it's got time to recover. On the left boot, goes short. It's a pretty ordinary kick. Little toe poke from Hudson, trying to control the footy. Now he gets it, looking for options, goes short and finds Gibson, who takes the mark on the second bite. So Shannon Gibson, 50 metres out from goal, slight angle. It's not a bad kick for goal, actually. As the siren sounds, we'll find out how good he is, because he's been forced to have a shot here. Shannon Gibson, 50 metres out, kicking to the main scoreboard end. And it's a shocker. Absolute shocker. Didn't even look like it. So at half-time here at Waverley Park, North Melbourne kicked 6 goals that quarter, and they are 10-5-65. Hawthorn are 4.
For you.
Well, $40 of it.
Yeah,
$35.
The Magic Trust account, and I just haven't handed you the handbook. Well, can Hawthorn come back in this third term? They trail by 33 points. Still got Jason Dunstall down there in the goal square, picked up by Mick Martin. Also young Gibson's down there, been picked up by Ian Fairley. So let's check where Darren Jarman is, because he's in the centre of the ground. Matty Rendell wants him on the forward line with some open spaces. He hasn't got it yet. And from that centre bounce, we've got a free kick going across to Crawford, who plays on quickly, down towards Minton Connell at centre-half forward. Got his hands the ball, good punch away by Archer. Recovers well at ground level, onto that left boot, kicks it out towards the half-back flank. King can't get there in time, so we've got a boundary throw in.
One other question I forgot to ask you at half-time. Glenn Archer, is he better at half-forward or half-back? I know he's playing half-back today.
Well, he's actually been pretty strong back there today, and his play suits a certain type of player, which Minton Connell was probably perfect for him. But the beauty of Archer is that he can go forward and kick you 2 or 3 goals. I mean, they're very handy players to have, aren't they?
Well, Johnny Platten, well, at this stage, could be the Nomad Telecommunications player of the day. How many possessions count as he kicks the ball down towards centre-half forward, and there's this man Archer that Matty Rendell's talking about. Takes the mark, feeds the ball off to Wayne Swash, transfers the ball towards the member side, out towards the outer side, looking for John Blakey. Got a good bounce, plays it on quickly. Running onto the ball is Ferry with Gibson. Overruns the ball. Blakey comes in, picks up well. Good hands across to Craig Scholl. Comes away from that half-back line. Kicks a beautiful-looking drop punt. Looking for up there was Johnny Longmire, but this time McGuinness read it well. Rockets the handball back. The problem with Hawthorn's play is they don't really hit targets anymore, because he missed that target of Collins. Now another handball comes back, this time from Taylor, and once more it didn't hit Collins as a target. That puts Young down there under pressure. Let's see, it was Holland there with the ball goes back, where we see Taylor chips the ball, and it's been marked by Scotty McGuinness, who kicks the ball back towards that half-forward line, so it's a high ball. Archer got his hands to it. The back of the pack is Smith for North Melbourne. Wheels around the right boot, kicks a long bomb back towards the wing on the outer side of the ground. It was a big pack of players. Taylor this time handballs it across to Collins, who comes away and just chips it. That's a shocking kick, and it's been marked by Scott. So the skill level of Hawthorn, not what it used to be. Obviously a different side and different quality of player, but a bit of work to be done there, and here's Stephen Quartermain.
Balls on the members' wing, well done by Rotherham. Gives the handball to Taylor, sells the dummy now, handballs to Platten, runs through half forward, kicks a long ball, that's better, 2-on-1 against Dunstall. Unfortunately, he was outnumbered, but at least they tried to get it up to Dunstall quickly on that occasion. Now North are going to clear, and the mark's been taken by Scott, half-back line members' side. Scott's kick's poor, and he's turned the ball over, and the mark's been taken by Taylor. Still at half-forward for Hawthorn. So Raiden Tallis immediately earned fame when Dermot Brereton used his head as a stepping stone. Now Minton Connell at half forward for Hawthorn. Here's a chance for Platten. Scholl chips in. Scholl does well. Handballs back to Ross Smith, one of the best players on the ground. Hardly ever seen him play a bad game. Smith goes to the outer side. His kick's perfect. And the mark's been taken by Dwyer. Dwyer's on for North Melbourne. Allison is off. Langford against Carey. Langford tries to claim the mark. It's going to be a free kick there for to North Melbourne. No umpire didn't pay it. Now Hudson for Hawthorn. Can he pick it up? He does. Gives the handball to Young, who had a good second quarter. He goes short. It's a terrible kick over the head of Platten. And as you mentioned, KB, the skill factor at Hawthorn really has been, well, it's gone downhill, hasn't it, the last couple of years?
Well, they just don't quite hit their targets. A player runs by, instead of the ball being in front and he can take it without breaking stride, it goes behind. He's got to stop, come back. Therefore, it causes fumbles. It puts players under pressure. They can get physically attacked because that's when you can get hurt in league football, is when you actually fumble and go back for that second grab. As Anderson comes away for North Melbourne from the half-back flank, kicks down where McGuinness does well. This time, good hands. Gets it across to Tallis, who gives the ball back to Langford. Kicks the ball out wide. Running onto the ball is Jonathan Robin, who's been a very good player. Tries to hug the boundary line. Unable to do so on this occasion. He was looking for out here for his teammate, and that looks like young Hargraves, but he just couldn't keep the ball in play. So Anderson for North Melbourne has been pretty good, Count.
Yes, 12 kicks, 3 handballs, KB.
So he kicks the ball back towards the wing. Out comes Holland in front of the pack. Been poleaxed into the ground. On ground level was Corey McKernan. Gets the ball back. Scott also for North Melbourne, picked up by Tallis. Gets the ball back to Robin. Rockets the ball out, so Woods needs a Kynes bound. Gets it. Handballs across to Nick Holland. Great shepherding by Hargraves. Enables Holland to kick the ball back, but Archer
kick to Dunstall.
took the mark, but well picked up by Stephen Quartermain because he was held by Mighty Mick Martin. So Jason Dunstall will be firing from 35 metres out. No angle to speak of, down towards the police road end. Here's Matty Rendell on that.
He knew he was gone that time, Mick. He did not even blew with the umpire at all, did he? He had Dunstall in a bear hug.
He put up the white flag and waved and said, "You got me." So Jason Dunstall from 35 metres out moves in. Hasn't kicked all that well today, but he's on target in the third term. So the Hawks move to 5-8-38. The North Melbourne's 10-5-65. That's on the Dan Murphy scoreboard. Let's go around the grounds. Here's Phil Pennell.
We've played 3 minutes into the third quarter. Richmond lead by 18 points. 5-15-45 to Collingwood, 3-9-27. David Cloak at Carlton.
Yeah, off the Oval here, we've been playing 10 minutes in this third quarter. St Kilda are 34 points up. 9 goals, 13-67. Fitzroy, 5-3-33. Craig, to give you a part.
Still Geelong by 19 points, 9-12-66. Footscray 7-5-47, and Ablett hasn't reappeared from the race after half-time. Back to Waverley.
Okay, well, that'll be a very big talking point, I reckon, tomorrow, fellas, whether Geelong should have risked Gary Ablett. If, in fact, he has done an injury, I really thought they would perhaps give him another week off, but, well, it could be very costly. The final's just a couple of weeks away. Anyway, we'll have to wait and see how Ablett's pulled up. Ball's at centre half forward for North Melbourne, taken by Scott, gives the handball to Rock. Rock now looking for Carey. Carey's got it on the first bounce, twists and turns, has his handball smothered by Graham. Now kicked off the ground by Langford, but North Melbourne leading race for the ball, picked up by King, who's been one of North's best. He steadies on the right boot, back to centre half forward. Corey McKernan, that is a brilliant mark in front of Holland, and he was pretty harshly dealt with afterwards. It's
He just fell awkwardly.
Nothing illegal. He just was crunched to the ground, and he looks pretty sore. Just brought down by Holland as he took the mark.
He's had his legs taken from underneath him, and he's landed right on his coccyx, I reckon, Stephen. They do hurt.
They certainly do.
Bit of physiotherapy from Matty Rendell.
They're bringing the stretcher out for him, so he's not well at all.
So let's hope he's okay. As I said, he went up and took a magnificent mark in front of Holland, and Holland just brought him down. As I said, there's nothing illegal, but he did bring him down heavily. He crashed right on his back, and he looks in a pretty bad way. The stretcher's out. He's certainly conscious. He's quite all right
and moving
in that area.
And moving.
Yeah, but perhaps just a precaution. But he's been serviceable today. That was a terrific mark.
Now he's just trying to get up, so that's good news for any of his family and friends who are listening to the broadcast today. He just rolls over on his back as they put the stretcher frame around him, so he certainly is moving in that and is conscious, but obviously he's been badly winded for a start because he did land extremely heavily. Let's go back to the MCG. to Phil Pennell and catch up with all the action.
Yes, an 18-point advantage to Richmond, KB. That was the advantage at half-time. 5:15:45 Richmond's score. Collingwood is 3:9:27, and they've played 5 minutes.
Who's been the major goal kickers?
For Richmond, Stephen Jerica has 3, and they're all singles for Collingwood. Francisca's kick 1, Rocker and James. It's Aaron, 1 each.
And let's go out to Clokey at Optus Oval because Stewie Lowe with 5 goals absolutely dominated that second term.
Yes, absolutely dominated. No one there to outmark him. But Fitzroy coming out after half-time, having a red-hot go in this quarter, and they've kicked the first 3. Jared Malloy is just lining up at the moment to kick 1. And he has kicked it, so they've kicked 4 in this quarter to bring him right back into this game.
Okay, let's go down to Cardinia Park to Craig Hutchison because the Bulldogs are hanging on as well.
Yeah, they're not going too bad, KB. They haven't had as much of the ball as Geelong. Geelong have just got another goal through lead shooter and seem to have lifted again, but they are missing out a bit of full forward. Geelong lead by 25 points at the moment.
Well, they struggled without him last week too, even against Fitzroy. As we see, Holland takes the ball for Hawthorn on the half-back flank, kicks back towards the wing position. Hargraves is there, takes the front position, couldn't take the mark, bowls the ball along and trickles over the line for a boundary throw. And here's Matty Rendell, then quarters on Magic.
Yes, they're not out of this, Hawthorn. They're doing all the attacking in the second quarter. And as I said before, they haven't taken their chances, but significantly, they haven't tried to make any moves on the forward line, which could cost them in the end.
So the ball thrown, bounced back down by the umpire. It's on the members' wing area. Crawford sees the ball over the line. It's getting pretty physical. There's a bit of pushing and shoving back behind play between Holland and Carey. I don't think Holland was too impressed at the treatment Carey perhaps dished out to Langford, who's a little bit sore on the right hip. Anyway, the ball's thrown back in on the members' wing position. Young got that knocked down, taken by Anderson, who's been very good for North. Kicks the ball back to half forward. There's Crocker against Graham. Ball goes again over the line for another throw-in. We've gone 10 minutes in this third quarter. It's North Melbourne 10-5-65, Hawthorn 5-8-38. In the ruck, it's going to be Crawshay against Roberts. Simon, of course, celebrating his 21st birthday this weekend.
And that's why Matty Rendell tipped Hawthorn to win.
Still on the wing position, coming through again is Anderson with strength. Great play and rewarded with a free kick. There's no doubt that was there. And he has been great. What are his stats, Count?
Stewie Anderson's had 13 kicks, 4 handballs and 2 marks, Steve.
And a definite free kick there. He was rewarded with his courage. So Anderson, give a guy a rap. It's a shocking kick, but Carey's got it on a lucky bounce. He handballs there, looking for, that's Crocker. Umpire calls play on. Coming through hard was Tallis. Now picked up by Crocker. Good work to Roberts, who slaps it to Blakey. If this is a goal, he's just missed. That was brilliant play. Unfortunately, it's a missed opportunity for North. They're 10-5-65, Hawthorn 5-8-38. They almost made something out of nothing there, Matthew.
Yes, it was good play by Roberts, and he is a very, very handy player for him. I know he's gone through an ordinary patch there, but he looks like he's back in form.
So Mark Graham's got the ball for Hawthorn. Kicks the ball back to the outer wing. It's a good kick too. The mark's taken by Robram. So Robram, not sure what to do with it. Now goes short, looking for Woods and finding him. So Woods has given the Hawks good value since being drafted by them early this year. He kicks the ball back into the 50. Taylor flies. He's had a dirty day. Couldn't take the mark. Archer's there. He's happy to see the ball go over the line for a throw-in. About 45 metres out from Hawthorn's goal. They're kicking to the small scoreboard end of this quarter. And it's North 10-6-66, Hawthorn 5-8-38. In the ruck, it's going to be Nick Holland against Fairley. Holland gets the front position and won the knockout. Hargraves couldn't shark it. Now a chance for North. Kicked off the ground by Stevens. Still half forward line for Hawthorn. Picked up by Blakey. Good handball back to the running Stevens. Has 1 bounce. Now 2, now 3. Right in the centre of Waverley. 4 bounces for Stevens. Now steadies. Kicks a long ball. Perfect to Longmire. Takes the mark. Runs into an open goal. Oh, he's missed it. He's missed it. He has run into an open goal. 5 metres out, no one around him for 15 metres, and he's kicked a point.
And he was directly in front running into goal.
Oh.
He ran through the goal square.
Well, I saw Michael Moncrief do that once. I didn't think I'd ever see it again in football. But I've seen it.
That's the most amazing miss we've seen in league football this year.
Well, that was a lucky break for the Hawks, but John Longmire, boy, he won't be putting that in his video library, I can assure you, as the ball goes over the line out of bounds for a throw-in on the outer wing.
Well,
you nearly shake your head afterwards and you wonder just how you could possibly miss a goal from 7 metres out, directly in front, running in, with no one in front of you. So he tried the right thing. He went to kick it low trajectory, didn't try to kick it out of the ground, just missed. That's what Maxwell Smart would have said. Just missed by that much. So Darren Jarman marks on the half-back flank for Hawthorn. What's his stats count as he goes back towards the centre of the ground? Graham's his target and he doesn't let him down. Then feeds the ball off quickly to Tony Wood. So a quick kick. He was under pressure. Down towards centre half forward. Free kick and a mark. Good mark to Simon Minton-Connell. The lead's on in the pocket. He's looking for Jason Dunstall. Crawford's there. Gets the call from the skipper who says, leave it for me. And Dunstall is marked. He'll be kicking from 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
KB Jarman's had 9 kicks, 5 handballs and 3 marks. Johnny Platten 17 and 4, KB.
So on the Dan Murphy scoreboard, North Melbourne 10-7-67. Hawthorn 5-8-38. Dan Murphy, that's Barry Round's favourite store. Now this will bend back. He's got it. Well, Matty Rendell said that Hawthorn's not out of this. Dunstall's booted 3 goals. They moved to 6-8-44. North Melbourne at 10-7-67. Let's go back to the MCG. Here's Phil Pennell.
Richmond have kicked 2 goals this quarter, KB, and now lead by 31 points. 7-16-58, Collingwood 3-9-27. We've played 11 minutes. David Cloak at Carlton.
Yes, St Kilda 36 points up. Stewie Lowe's lining up for a 6 goal at the moment. 10-13 St Kilda. The pitch roll 5-7-37. And Stewie Lowe's just kicked his 6th. Here, Craig, at Cardinia Park.
Yeah, Paul Castles has put through a goal for Geelong to take them to 12-12-84. Footscray 7-7-49. We've played 12 minutes and still very physical down here. Back to you, Waverley.
And the ball's at half forward for North Melbourne. Longmire's in there, but the Hawks again through the agency of Collins will clear. He gives the handball to Crawford. Crawford kicks the ball back to half forward. Hudson's in front against Smith. It's over both their heads. Smith does very cleverly to tap it back to Fairley. Fairley's quick kick just finds touch, and it'll be a throw-in. Hawthorn slightly into attack out of side, and North Melbourne leads 67-44.
You don't really want to have to be kicking the ball to Hudson and Smith, because Smith's going to beat him 9 times out of 10. It's not where he should be playing. He should be back in the square, Hudson, where he can cause some havoc. He'll get beaten out there at half forward every time.
Ball thrown back in. Blakey went up and got the knockout, and he fists it straight back over the line for another throw-in. Now almost on the true wing position out of side. 15 and a half minutes gone. The Roos 10-7-67, Hawthorn 6-8-44, staging somewhat of a fight back. They've still got a lot of work to do. Ball thrown back in, it's Fairley against Holland. Holland in front got the knockdown. Hargraves ends up on all fours. He got a good hip and shoulder. Umpire call play on, and again the ball's being fisted over the line for another throw-in. Major goal scorers, Longmire's got 3 for North Melbourne, should be 4, but it's only 3. And Jason Dunstall has 3 for the Hawks. Maybe he's been getting some tips from Malcolm Blight. Maybe the famous miss at the MCG many years ago. Ball thrown back in, and this time it's a free kick, and it is going to North Melbourne. The Hawthorn players don't like the decision. It's gone to Stevens. Stevens plays on. It's a pretty ordinary kick to half forward. It's a real high bomb. Carey flies, can't take the mark. Robram again, who's been very good. Handballs to Crawford. Has a bounce. Now switches play to the member side. Hudson against Smith, and Smith does well. Fisted away, and Smith wins out again. Now picked up by Platten. Platten still on the member's wing. Screws the ball back, but in front taking the mark is Archer. So they're getting murdered across half forward, the Hawks.
He won't kick it to you, Scott.
Archer kicks the ball back to half forward. The big fly one-handed by Graham was spectacular but ineffective. Now a chance for Dwyer. Breaks free, kicks a long ball. Longmire caught behind McGuinness, but he still wins out. Great mark by John Longmire. Too tall, too strong for Scott McGuinness. And he'll line up for goal directly in front, 40 metres out. And you can bet your bottom dollar this will be a goal. John Longmire.
How can you say that?
Well,
he just ran into an open goal from 5 metres out.
He missed the easy one. He'll kick the hard one. Longmire directly in front and has kicked the goal. So here at Waverley Park, it's North Melbourne kicked the steadying goal. They move on to 11-7-73. Longmire's got 4. Hawthorn 6-8-44 on the Dan Murphy scoreboard. Let's go back round the grounds. Phil Pennell at the MCG.
It's Richmond by 29 points at the 15-minute mark. 7-16-58. Collingwood 3-11-29. David Cloak at Princes Park.
Yeah, 20-minute mark here. St Kilda are still up. They're 35 points up on Fitzroy, but Fitzroy have really come back this quarter. They've kicked 4 goals, 6 in this quarter. 11-13, 79 St Kilda. Fitzroy 6-8, 44. Craig at Cardinia Park.
15 minutes in, Geelong led by 36 points, 12-13, 85 to Footscray, 7-7, 49. Chris Grant lining up for goal from Footscray, and he's put it through, so 5 goals the difference. Geelong 12-13 to 8-7. Back to Waverley.
So the ball on centre wing position, and the ball is over the line, and Hawthorn players in Crawford and the fans are appealing that it was deliberate, but it hasn't been paid, so we've got a boundary throw in centre wing position. Dan Murphy scoreboard, North Melbourne 11-7, 73. Lead Hawthorn 6-8, 44. In the ruck is Holland against Fairley. Bit of pushing and shoving, and Holland wins the tap. Puts it down the throat of Young, who kicks hurriedly back towards centre half forward. Bad bounce for Minton Connell, picked up by Archer. He's in the running for the Nomad Ward as well. Kicks it out wide. Here's a chance for Crawshay, 21 years of age. Is that right, Matty, today? And it should get a free kick on his birthday, and he doesn't. Well, Roberts got into his back. Maybe the umpire doesn't know it's his birthday today, Matty.
Obviously not.
So from a boundary throw-in, Crawshay at the back of the pack. Good thump away by Robin, who's had a terrific game. Hudson may have been held. He's got the free kick. So centre wing position, members side. Hawthorn kicking down towards the Police Road end. They trail 44 to 73. So North Melbourne doing it well on the Dan Murphy scoreboard. Hudson kicks a long bomb. Out comes Minton Connell, being well beaten across half forward. What else can they do across there? You're still going for the Jarman move,
Well,
Matty?
it's just ridiculous, isn't it? Smith is absolutely flogging Hudson, and Archer the same on Minton Connell. You've just got to make a change. You've just got to get those 2 North players out of there so you can score more often.
So tapped down by Taylor. Ball comes out towards Young. Inside 50 has a long ping at the goals. It's a wobbly old kick off the side of the boot, and it's out of bounds on the full. Let's go to the count to see who's been making noise on paper.
Well, KB, Johnny Platten's continue on his merry way with 19 kicks, 4 handballs and 3 marks, and Schwash has had 13 and 4.
As mighty Mick Martin kicks the ball back, and Nick Holland goes up once more and takes another grab.
7 marks, 9 kicks, 6 handballs.
Well, he certainly is a star of the future.
Have to be close to the Norwich Rising Star this year, KB.
Be very,
he
very
and
close.
Camporelli, I reckon, will fight it out.
So he moves in and kicks the ball wide. Coming out was Hudson, got his hands to the ball. The Sherrin just wouldn't stick. A wild kick off the ground goes to McGuinness. He's on the edge of the 50, screws around the corner and finds Minton Connell. Now he's hard up on the boundary line. Hargraves is screaming for the ball. He wants it kicked to the half-forward flank on the members' side. I don't think Simon Minton Connell can see him unless and not even think of such a move. So he's right on the boundary line. So
Dunstall's
Simon Minton Connell,
big punt. Dunstall's hurt.
Dunstall's got a knock on the hip, real bad one.
So Minton Connell gave himself a bit of space, hooks it around the corner. He may have kicked it. He hasn't. So the Hawthorn fans getting a bit excited behind the goals, but through for 1 point. So on the Dan Murphy scoreboard, the Hawks 6-9-45, North Melbourne 11-7-73. As Swash gives the ball back to Anderson, who's been a very, very good player, Count.
Yes, Anderson, 13 kicks, 4 handballs, 2 marks, Kevin.
Played only 3 games last year, just finding his niche in defence. Gives the ball to Swash. That beautiful raking left boot, kicks out wide of the point of the square. McGuinness nearly had it, then dropped the mark. Minton Connell swoops on the ball, gives it back to McGuinness. So they're sharing the ball around, kicks out wide where Woods takes a pretty good mark under pressure from Stevens. So Tony Woods, good 65, 70 metres out, goes short, kicks towards the half-forward line. Out comes Hudson once more, just couldn't quite take control. Picked up here by Ross Smith, kicks the ball back towards the half-back flank. Coming out with the ball there was Rock, gave it across the Swash. Rockets the hand pass there. It's a bad bounce. 2 North Melbourne players, they can still raffle it. Picked up by Roberts onto the left boot, kicks down. A chance here on the half-forward line, punched away by Robin, who's been really good. Spinning out of the pack is Dwyer. Now the ball comes back from Carey. Comes here's a chance. Running into the open goal is Glenn Freeborn. Has a ping at the goal, and he's popped it through. Great play, Kangaroos. Dan Murphy scoreboard. North Melbourne 12-7-79. The Hawks to 6-9-45. Here's Matty Rendell.
They've had a good contest, Woods and Swass, haven't they? Swass setting up the play there, running through the centre with a good long raking handball. Woods actually kicked it in there to him to bring it back out. But, yeah, they have had a good contest. Probably Swass just a little bit in front there, I would say, Count.
Yes, 14 kicks, 5 handballs, 2 marks to Schwash. Tony Woods, 10 kicks, 2 handballs and 4 marks, Matty.
So the ball back in the centre. It's North Melbourne 79, Hawthorn 45, 23 minutes gone in the third quarter. Roberts got the knockdown, and that is, no question about it, a free kick as Wayne Schwass got his head ripped off by Jarman.
Dog, Jarman.
That'd be 4 weeks in the rugby
yes, it
league.
would.
That
Yes, it would.
would be cited by the judiciary.
He kicks the ball to the members' wing. Mark taken by Archer, and really Hawthorn said it once this quarter. They're getting murdered across half court. Freeboard has just come on and kick a goal. He might kick another one. Have a shot, son. Freeboard, it's gone off to the right, but Longmire's taken the mark right on the boundary line. We're looking to play on. Umpire says no. Put him over onto his mark. So John Longmire is right on the boundary line, right in front of the major scoreboard here at Waverley. He's kicked 4.
As he's about to kick Steve Archer, Glenn Archer's had 5 kicks and 4 handballs in this quarter.
So Longmire is about 20 metres out, kicks the banana goal, and just across the face, and through for one behind.
If you were standing in the square there, you could have nearly marked that. There wasn't one player there, was there, within 20 or 30 metres?
North Melbourne 12-8-80, Hawthorn 6-9-45, 24 minutes gone in the third quarter. So Chris Langford to bring the ball back into play. Goes short and finds Young, who gives the handball back to Langford. Sells the dummy, now on the right boot. Kicks the ball back to the members' wing. Hargraves is caught behind. Good play by Anderson. Schwass gives the handball to Carey, back to Schwass. Schwass breaks 2 tackles, gives it to Scott. Scott the long ball back to within 50. A bad bounce there to McGuinness, but backing up well is Graham for Hawthorn. On the left boot, back to the outer side. Mark's taken by Robram. He plays on straight away. Handballs to Collins. Collins a little dinky handball. It's a shocker to Woods. Woods handball smothered by Roberts. Good play, North Melbourne. Hawthorn are paying for their poor skill. Now picked up by Roberts. By Scott, I should say. Gives it to Freeborn. Back to Scott. Now to Blakey. Blakey's in trouble. Looking to give the handball back to Freeborn. Kicked off the ground by McGuinness. Stevens stands underneath it, takes the mark. Handballs to the running Ross Smith. He kicks the ball, a long bomb back to half forward. Carey, too strong that time for Graham, takes the mark. Carey plays on. Handballs to Schwass, who's starting to cut Hawthorn up. Now Schwass has 2 bounces. Decides to kick the ball inboard and finds Allison. Oh, and play on. Yes, he's going to play on. Has a shot at goal and missed. Well, they mucked that one up. Allison should have just gone back and had a shot. He was only 30 metres out. And in the end, North have only got a point where they should have got a goal. So North Melbourne on the Dan Murphy scoreboard, 12-9-81. Hawthorn 6-9-45.
That's that little tricky range from goal of about 20 to 30 metres, Stephen, that players would rather play on than have to go back.
So Crawford from the kick out bumps the ball back towards the front edge of the centre square, but been taken away here for North Melbourne. And a long kick down by King it was, and he finds Allison. So Allison has marked. Now he just played on from directly in front, missed, didn't seem to have the confidence. Roberts in fact kicked the ball down, I should say, as Allison moves in. Just has a little pot shot across the face of goal, and in fact it's off hands and it's a boundary throw in, hard up against the point post. So 81 plays 45, North Melbourne leading on the Dan Murphy scoreboard. Good chance here for North to score. Jarman over the top, punches to the front of the pack. Armstrong appealing for the free kick. Graham being dispossessed. Ball comes clear. Here's a chance now. Twisting and turning. Young Freeborn down there. Gets it back to Armstrong. Hooks it around the corner. And coming out and taking the mark is Dwyer. So started the game on the interchange bench. And he's marked and he's 40 metres out and he's on a 45-degree angle. So Anthony Dwyer, as we see coming off the ground, is Scotty McGuinness, and about to come on for Hawthorn is young Daniel Harford. So Dwyer 45 metres out, kicking down towards the main scoreboard. We've played 27 minutes in this third term. North Melbourne 12-9-81, lead by 6 goals, 6-9-45 Hawthorn. Make that 7 goals, because he's popped it straight through. Let's go around the grounds. Here's Phil Pennell.
35-point advantage to Richmond at the 24.5-minute mark. They're 9-16-70. Collingwood 4-11-35. David Cloak at Princess Park.
Yeah, not this over here. It's 3-quarter time. St Kilda are leading by 28 points. 12-13-85, Fitzroy 8-9-57, and the Hawk come off that quarter with looks like a hamstring-related injury during that quarter. Craig, Canadian Park, please.
Yeah, Footscray have taken control of this game. They only trail by 10 points, but they probably should be in front. Geelong 12-13-85, Footscray 11-9-75. We've played 25 minutes into the third term. Back to Waverley.
Crawshay's got the kick in the centre. Kicks the ball to half forward. The Hawthorn half forward line. Flyburn have it fisted away again. Rock's there. Gives the handball to Scott. Scott back to Rock. A little chip kick is successful at Fiennes Fairley. Fairley now called to play on. Little kick is ineffective. In there again is Scott. Stacks on the mill. Coming out of it is Scott. He does well. Now kicks the ball back to half forward. Looking for Kerry. It's a free kick upfield, is it? It is. And it was a good decision by the umpire. It was caught high unnecessarily. And Wayne Carey's got the ball at half forward, about 70 metres out for goal for North Melbourne. So the Duck looks for the leads. Longmire offers one, but chipping in to take the mark is Graham for Hawthorn. So Graham with the last line of defence, the defensive 50. Kicks the ball to the members' side where Langford's found some space. He plays on, gives the handball to Robram. Robram now has time to settle. Kicks the ball to half forward, looking for Mitten Connell, has it fisted away. Platten does the roving. Look at the acceleration. Has one bounce, goes short to Dunstall. That was the Hawthorn of old. Dunstall's taken the mark directly in front, 45 metres out. And a good pass from John Platten.
That's circle work, Stephen, from defence there.
Yeah.
Short kick to Langford, the handball inside to Robin, short punch away, off hands, Platten the rover, bang, straight to Dunstall on the chest, didn't have to move, lace out.
And it was like Hawthorn of old because they're the two old Hawks doing it.
So Dunstall directly in front, 45 out. He's kicked 3. Should be 4 coming up. And it is. So, no, I think he's missed it. I beg your pardon. It's a point. A point only. So Dunstall, I think today has kicked 3 goals, 3. 3-3. And on the Dan Murphy scoreboard, North Melbourne 13-9-87, Hawthorn 6-10-46. Anderson kicks the ball to himself and plays on. Goes to the outer side, and it's a beautiful kick. Hits Stevens on the chest. Plays on handballs to Armstrong, who's been very quiet. Gives it back to Stevens, who fumbles. Jarman comes in now for Hawthorn. Measures the kick, looking for the Dunstall lead. Couldn't take the mark, 2 against 1 there. The ball is in the forward pocket. And in the end, Anderson is quite happy to concede the point as the siren sounds to end the third quarter here at Waverley Park.
Orders by a minimum 25%. A minimum 25% off everything at Guests Furniture. But you must be quick. Offers like this disappear quickly.
Open Sunday. This quarter of Football Magic is proudly presented by Mitre 10. Do it yourself? Yes, you can with Mitre 10.
Yes, and welcome back to Whaley's for the big clash between Hawthorn and North Melbourne. North lead by 40 points, and Matty Rendell, you said during that third term that the Hawks weren't out of it. Can they come home with a wet sail in this last term?
Well, they can't, Kevin, no, I don't think so. Or they might fight back and make a bit of a game of it, but North Melbourne will win this. They've just been far too solid in defence. You know, they've only kicked 6 goals, Hawthorn, and especially Archer and Smith that quarter. Look, Archer is playing on Minton Connell. Minton Connell has kicked 1-3, but he really has been solid back there and had a big quarter. And so did Smith playing on Hudson. And if they really want to get back and get close here, Hawthorn, they really got to try and get those players out of the game. Take some initiative away from North. If I sound a bit biased in favour of Hawthorn's because I'm trying to get a contest out of this, and you know, if you've got some players that are dominant, as we see again starting the third quarter, they line up again with Ross Smith and Archer and Anderson across there, and you just, when 2 or 3 players are dominating across the half-back line like that, you just got to try and run them out of the play. And I think that, you know, I don't know what they're doing, the Brains Trust over at Hawthorn, but they're not thinking how they can win the game, and that's what you've got to be thinking about.
Well, let's go to the count. Who's been the major possession winners?
Well, certainly KB. Johnny Platten's dominating today possession-wise. 20 kicks, 4 handballs. Tremendous job. Big Robin's doing well with 11 and 7 handballs and 6 marks. For the Northerners, just before the bounce of the ball, Wayne Swass came into that quarter. 15 kicks, 5 handballs. Ross Smith continuing on with his good form. 15 kicks, 2 handballs. And Anthony Stephen had 8 possessions in that quarter. 13 kicks, 7 handballs at this stage, Kevin.
Well, can Hawthorn salvage something out of this game this last term? 6-11-47, they trail by 40 points. North Melbourne 13-9-87. Johnny Longmire's booted 4 goals, and for Hawthorn, Jason Dunstall 3 goals. And three-quarter time siren has just gone at Cardinia Park. We'll get down there in just a moment to Craig Hutchison as from that centre bounce trying to get the ball out. Oh, big pack of players. No one can get a clean possession, and we've got a ball up. Let's quickly get a three-quarter time score. Here's Craig Hutchison at Cardinia Park.
Geelong by 6 points at three-quarter time, KB. 12-15-87 to Footscray 12-9-81, and Gary Abbott limped out to the huddle at three-quarter time.
So it looks like maybe a hamstring for the great man, and there will be certainly a lot of talk whether, in fact, he should have played today. We see Robbins handball towards Collins, but once more wasn't quite clean enough. Now a free kick's been given away. They've paid advantage to North Melbourne. Comes out towards Allison, who kicks back to 50. He was looking for Carey, but the kick was a poor one. So it's picked up here by Crawford. Goes short, trying to find his teammate down there, and young Hargraves, but it's been picked up by Anderson, who thumps the ball back, and backing back is Crawshay. Couldn't take it. Maybe gets a free kick, and he does. So that's his birthday present. So Simon Crawshay got the big turn on tonight for his 21st. So Matty Rendell picked him because he went on the function factor, that every time a club has a function, they win. Picked up here by Langford. He's been a good player today, Langford. He's had a tough job on Wayne Carey. He's done it well. Langford picks the ball up once more. Gets the ball back to Hudson. He's on 50. Can he handle cleanly? Then kicks it out wide. That's a shocking kick by Paul Hudson. Just couldn't quite finish the that skill exercise. So North Melbourne now take advantage. Kicks out wide to Scott. Puts the foot on the accelerator. Gets away from Jarman. Kicks a long ball. Running with the flight of the ball for Hawthorn is Young. Took a couple of great marks in that second term. Gets it back to Platten, who's tried his heart out. Just thumps the ball back to the edge of the centre square. More in hope than anything else, but picked up by Stevens, who goes wide, and he finds his teammate out here in John Blakey. So Blakey's marked on the half-forward flank. He's keen to play on, jumps up like the Indian rubber man, then kicks a long bomb. That's one thing he can do. He can certainly kick a ball. It's a long one down towards the big pack of players, but Langford, the old champ, comes away for Hawthorn. Just, the ball just came off his boot like a lead balloon, lands in the arms of Blakey, gives it back to Ross Smith, who's come down from the half-back flank, kicks back into 50. He's looking for Carey all by himself, because Langford just did that clearing dash that didn't come off. Carey goes short, and he finds his teammate in Rock. Strongly handled there by Johnny Platten, but Rock wasn't going anywhere. He's marked, and he'll be kicking from just inside 50 down towards the Police Road end, with North 13-9-87, leading by 40 points to the Hawks 6-11-47. Here's Matty Rendell.
Yes, well, going on the merry way, and it was a bad area by Langford. He's been a good player today, actually, and he had Jarman out wide, and he decided to go long over the top, kicked a bad one, as he can kick a mongrel, and Jarman just put his hands in the air and gone, I can't believe you've done that, Chris.
So Anthony Rock from 45 metres out. This looks a lovely kick from the little rover. He's popped it through. So Anthony Rock has kicked his first goal. So North Melbourne on the Mitre 10 scoreboard, and yes, you can at Mitre 10. Don't forget all those Father's Day specials there. It's the best store in town. 14-9-93. Lead Hawthorn 6-11-47. Let's go back to the G. Here's Phil Pennell.
Richmond lead by 43 points at the 4-minute mark, KB. 10-18-78. Collingwood at 4-11-35. David Cloak at Princess Park.
Yeah, Optus over there. 7 minutes gone in the last quarter. St Kilda are 17 points up. 12-14-86 to Fitzroy. 10-9-69. And KB, there's a rumour going around that Joyce Brown has applied for the coaching job at Fitzroy for next year.
Joyce Brown?
Yes, Joyce Brown.
Former Australian netball coach.
That's her. Craig at Cardinia Park.
Okay, Craig.
Do you want me to go and ask her? She's in the box next door.
Yeah, go and ask her. And Craig, that'd make a bit of news for you.
I'm bamboozled. Geelong by 6 points at three-quarter time. Yet to start the final term. And Joyce Brown's not coaching Geelong today, I'll assure you.
No, but can she coach Fitzroy?
Possibly.
What's the odds on that? Have you heard that before, Craig?
I haven't, but I'm amazed by it. I heard she might be applying for the Players Commission, but I don't, coaching Fitzroy, I don't know about that one.
Okay, back here at Waverley, Fairley takes it and finds Rock on centre wing.
I'm in shock, KB. I can't commentate. The ball's picked up by Anderson in the middle of the ground. He goes short, looking there for Carey, but Langford chips in again. He's had a good game. Young kicks the ball off the ground for the Hawks. Now gives out the handball, looking for Jarman, but again, another skill error. Hawthorn, really, they just can't seem to find their teammates with either hand or foot. Now Platten, he handballs to Jarman. Jarman kicks the ball back to the members' wing. Mitten Connell against Archer. Archer almost took it one-handed. Good shepherd off the ball by Freeboard. Allows Archer to break free. Kicks a long bomb. looking there for any North Melbourne forward, but chipping in is Robram, who's had a good game. He takes the mark for Hawthorn. Now goes short to the outer side, looking for Graham. He's got about 10 metres on Longmire. Has time to pick it up and steady. Handballs over the top to the running Langford. Now Langford kicks the ball back to the wing, looking for Crawford, just past his outstretched hands, but he also has time to recover. Kicks the ball back to within 50. Dunstall gets it on the first bounce, twists and turns. Now on the right boot, chips the ball inboard. Good play there by Scholl to get the front position. Can't mark but gathers. Now handballs over the top and finds Fairley. Fairley on the left boot. Back to the outer wing. The mark's taken by Stevens. Stevens has one bounce, now two. Still on the wing position, goes inboard and finds Crocker. So Crocker's marked. Still in the wing area for North Melbourne outer side. Crocker goes long. It's 3-on-1 here. Looking for Carey. Almost took the mark. Now Carey paddles the ball in front. Schwass comes in to lend a hand. Picks it up. Handballs back to Stevens. Another possession for him. Kicks the ball back to within 50. Jarman's there. So is Blakey. Fisted away by Robram. Taken there by Crocker. Crocker now twists and turns. Has a bounce on the left boot. Goes short. Has his kick partially smothered. And the ball's gone over the line for a throw-in. Right in front of the small scoreboard here at Waverley. And it's North Melbourne 14-9-93. Hawthorn 6-11-47. We've gone 6.5 minutes in the final quarter. There's a Hawthorn player
Darren Jarman, that is.
Jarman.
Stephen, very slow to get up after that big pack.
Knocked down by Crocker, taken by Tallis. Gives it to Platten. And Tallis, I think, has got the free kick he has for holding. So Raiden Tallis, last line of defence for the Hawks. Kicks the ball to the members' side. Crawshay's in front of Roberts, and Crawshay takes a very strong mark and plays on. Crawshay kicks the ball back to the outer side where Collins has got 40 metres on his nearest opponent. Can the Hawks set something up here? Collins has a bounce. Now kicks the ball to half forward. Hudson goes up one-handed. Couldn't take the mark. Good running by Collins. Now picked up by Taylor. His handball smothered by Scholl. Now coming through is Harford. He's tackled. Taken by Scholl. He's tackled by Hudson. Umpire says play on. Picked up by Ross Smith. Bombs it back to the outer wing. It's Young against Armstrong. Young taps it over the line for a throw-in. Outer wing position. North Melbourne 93. Hawthorn 47. 7.5 minutes gone in the final quarter. Longmire's kicked 4 for the Roos. Dunstall's got 3 for Hawthorn. They're the major goal scorers in the game so far.
So 93 plays 47. That's on the Mitre 10 scoreboard. Great to see Frank Whelan here today from Mitre 10. Picked up by Young. So Hawthorn out of trouble from that half-back flank, but coming out, taking the mark, is Stuart Anderson, who is also in the running for the Nomad Telecommunications mobile phone. Gives it across the Rock, and Rock kicks back inside the centre square. Nick Holland running with a fly to the ball. Took courage, son. Then on hands and knees, gives it back to Platten, who gives it to Crawshay. Rockets it back to Platten, who handballs out in front. Good play by Crocker. Crashed to the ground, and a free kick's been paid. And it's coming back, and it's going to Darren Crocker. So terrific comeback for Darren Crocker. Long time on the sidelines with a crook knee, so Anderson takes it. Kicks the ball back inside 50, just bounces casually into the arms there of Longmire. Gives it across here, so Freeborn's going to run into the open goal. He doesn't do a Johnny Longmire, pops it straight through. So he's kicked 2 goals, and that was easy as you liked it. Johnny Longmire just cruised the ball. There didn't seem to be any pressure whatsoever.
He got a shocking bounce.
Shocking bounce.
Oh, yes, but
he waited back. But there's something wrong with Graham. He's had about 8 bad bounces today.
But the pressure down there is not there from Hawthorn. You know, they're just not there in the numbers. 15-9-99 North Melbourne. The Hawks are 6-11-47. Yes, Ken?
I actually don't agree, KB. I reckon they went for the ball. They bounced awkwardly over their head, and Longmire was just jogging behind us, bounced over their heads. It was a soft option. I mean, they could have rebounded the ball very quickly. Longmire would have looked stupid. Didn't work that way, mind you. You don't agree?
I just think that Hawthorn haven't put a lot of pressure on North Melbourne at all. And I agree with Matty Rendell. The half-back line of North Melbourne's been quite superb today. Here's Archer, who's been a terrific player. Gets the ball out. Robin, well, I'll tell you what, he's close to best player on the ground, Jonathan Robin. He's been absolutely outstanding. Lucky they've had him today, and also Johnny Platt. We see Darren Jarman mark centre wing position, hugs the boundary line on the outer side of the ground, but a good strong mark once more by this half-back line. Craig Scholl takes it for the Kangaroos. Comes back, kicks a long, beautiful-looking drop punt down where Archer flew, couldn't take it. Crocker at ground level, picks up the crumb, feeds the ball off to Blakey, who's got a chance to give it back to Stevens. So they're hunting in numbers. Kicks the ball down where we see Carey gives the ball off. So chance now for Dwyer. He runs to 50, pops it in the air. He's looking here for Longmire. fist from Graham doesn't come off, but he wins the ball well then. Kicks the ball out where Young picks up, gives the ball back here to Young half-it. Balks turns, comes back, decides to kick it back towards the true centre-half back position where he finds Crawshay. Puts the hand up like a traffic cop and says, I'll just hold up proceedings because I'm looking for a loose player out wide and I'll find Jonathan Robron. What's his stats count? Jonathan Robron, he kicks the ball down to the half-forward flank.
8 marks, 14 kicks, 9 handballs.
And a whistle on play. It's a free kick to Hawthorn on the outer wing. It's going to be taken by Simon Minton-Connell. The former Blue, the former Swan now at Hawthorn this year. He's kicked to half forward. There's no target there for Hawthorn. Stevens has also played a good game for North. He'll clear. Back to the outer wing. Robram again there for Hawthorn. Good play there for the North Melbourne player. That was Dwyer. It's still at half forward for North Melbourne out of sight, and it's a free kick going to the Hawks.
Is Jonathan Robran the tallest wingman that's ever played the game? He's actually went on to King after King played very well early and did a good job. He can run, he can jump. It's not handy when you can put a ruckman on the wing, isn't it?
Well, he did very well when he was mining the wrestling ruckman in
right.
McKernan and also Roberts.
So the ball brought back into play by the Hawks. It's a terrible kick again. Coming through there is Freeborn. Kicks the ball in the mark, taken by Schwass right on the 50-metre line.
Oh, he's nearly off.
Would you have paid that as being off, Matty?
I would have let him go back and take his kick, but there was only a millisecond in it. As if there's such a word as a millisecond.
So Wayne Schwass, almost directly in front, right on the 50-metre line. North Melbourne going to win the game easily. 15-9-99, Hawthorn 6-11-47. 12 minutes gone in the final quarter. Schwass. Beautiful kick of the footy. It's not so that he sprays it across the face of goal, but it was a beautiful pass to Carey, who's taken the mark in the forward pocket, 25 metres out. The angle's pretty tough, but it's certainly kickable. And Chris Langford took a long time to get back up off the haunches there. He's a bit sore.
Is this Chris's second last game, Stephen?
No, I don't know. I think perhaps Chris Langford might be coerced into playing another year, if not for Hawthorn, perhaps for the Sydney Swans. So Wayne Carey, 20-25 metres out, should kick it from here. Angle's not too bad. Forward pocket members side. In he comes, and Carey has kicked a goal. But full credit to Langford. He's played a very good game on Carey this afternoon. So Wayne Carey has kicked 2, and on the minor 10 scoreboard, North Melbourne 16-9-105, Hawthorn 6-11-47. Let's go back to the MCG and Phil Pennell.
Richmond by 45 points at the 13-half-minute mark, and yes, Stephen, I would say it's all over. Make that 51 points as Daffy has kicked his third. So let me repeat those scores. Richmond 12-21-93, well in front of Collingwood 5-12-42. David, close to Carlton.
Yes, here 15-minute mark, Stewie Lowe's just having a shot for goal. St Kilda 35 points up after Fitzroy got within 9 points. 16-16, 112 to Fitzroy, 11-10-76. Craig at Cardinia Park.
Footscray just kicked a goal to put them 5 points in front of. There was a bit of confusion as to whether it's actually a goal, and they're conferring now, but I think it's Footscray 15-9-99. Geelong 13-16-94. We've played 8 minutes into the final term. Back to you at Waverley.
Well, we've got a boundary thrown on the half-forward flank for North Melbourne. 16-9-105 on the minor 10 scoreboard. The Hawks are 6-11-47. And a long way away off the pace is Hawthorn in the competition at the moment. From that boundary throw-in, we see Langford gets the tap, being sharked here by Anthony Stevens, gives it across the rock, kicks the ball back towards the true centre-half forward. It's a high ball. Bad bounce this time, and it favours Young. So Young of Hawthorn feeds the ball off, gets it across here to Graham, who comes out of the back line, gives it across to Darren Jarman with those beautiful skills, and finds Nick Holland on the point of the square, member side, then drills the ball and hits Simon Minton-Connell on the chest. Dunstall's on a lead in the forward pocket. He's popped it out in front. Mighty Mick Martin's there. Dunstall slips over that critical moment. Mighty Mick's right behind him as the ball goes over the line, and Dunstall back kicks it, a little bit in disgust with his team's performance today.
Geez, he's had to do everything hard today, hasn't he? He's had players around him, he's had to lead to the pockets. Yeah. It's been a real struggle for him today.
Jason Dunstall has booted 3 goals from the boundary throw-in. Scholl goes up, takes it out of the air, runs away. Easy as pie, kicks the ball back towards the wing on the outer side of the ground. Crocker's there, pushed his opponent out, then beats 3 of them. Gets past Robber and also let's see, out there was McGuinness, picked up by Anthony Stevens for North Melbourne, kicks down, and it's been marked by Wayne Carey, outside 50, kicks it out in front, wonderful play, great vision, and finds Johnny Longmire. Right on 50. Well, he's usually a long kick, Johnny Longmire, so one would think the distance won't be a problem. He's kicked 4 goals, 3 in that second term, 1 in the third quarter. So Longmire comes in. Drop punt. The distance is there. The accuracy, not quite. And through for 1 point. So 16-10, 106 to 6-11-47 Hawthorn, and Simon Minton-Connell coming off and Paul Deere coming on. Yes, Count?
Yes, Johnny Longmire's kicked 4 goals, 4 behinds today, KB.
Well, he's been a good player at full forward, a good focal point down there as Crawshay marks the kick out. So he's on the half-back flank. He's got a long lead on from Nick Holland, so he's popped it up in front. He's got great athletic ability, Nick Holland. He's tried hard today as well. Kicked off the ground by Anthony Stevens. Ball comes back, picked up by Dwyer, gives it across to Ian Fairley.
So North back into attack. Carey's there wrestling against Crawshay. Chance for Rock. Rock's got the ball right on the 50. Has time to steady. Now centres the ball. Longmire's against Graham. Longmire pushed Graham out of the way. Oh, he got legged, the horse. Umpire didn't see that one. And it's going to be a throw-in right in front of the small scoreboard, about 15 metres out from North's goal.
Steve, they've just brought Paul Deere back on. Now, he used to be a good centre half forward. They've actually fallen down there badly. Would you have not have put him
He was a good flanker when the guys like Brereton and that were there, Paul.
So you don't think he's a key player?
No,
but they've broken down badly, or fallen down badly there today.
Quick kick out of the pack was smothered by the Hawthorn defenders. Now Tallis gives the handball to Collins. Collins on the right boot, kicks the ball back to the half-back line outside. Schwass almost took a good mark. And it's going to be a throw. See, when Brereton's at Hawthorn, guys like Hudson and Deere they lifted, and why wouldn't you? It's a bit different now that they haven't got a key centre half forward.
It wasn't a matter of lifting. It was just they were getting the 5th and 6th worst defender.
Yeah.
They were, instead of getting the second.
Ball thrown back in. Taylor got the knockout for Hawthorn. Picked up again by Schwass. Had a great second half. Schwass goes short, looking for Crocker, but the boundary line beats him. It's another throw in. We've gone 17.5 minutes here in the final quarter. North Melbourne 16-10-106. Hawthorn 6-11-47. The Tigers are going to easily account for Collingwood. St Kilda are going to defeat Fitzroy. But the thriller is at Cardinia Park, where Footscray are playing Geelong. Ablett could have another hamstring problem on the eve of the finals. That's a big concern for the Cats. Hargraves on the outer wing for Hawthorn. Gives the handball. Deere gives it to Gibson. Now Gibson runs to half forward, kicks the ball back to the 50. Dunstall takes a spectacular one-hand mark against Martin. That was a very strong mark by Dunstall. Just plucked it out of the air one-handed. And Dunstall will line up for goal almost directly in front. He'll be kicking from 45.
That's mark number 6 to Jason Dunstall, Steve.
So he can hold his head pretty high today, Jason Dunstall. Been a good player at full forward with limited opportunities. He's kicked 3 goals, 3. In he comes for his 4th, and he puts it right through the middle. So on the Mitre 10 scoreboard, it's North Melbourne 16-10-106. Hawthorn move on to 7-11-53. Let's go back round the grounds. Phil Pennell at the MCG.
Richmond 13-22, 100, lead Collingwood by 57 points, 5-13-43, and we've played 20 minutes into the final quarter. David Cloak at Princes Park.
Yeah, 22-minute mark here. St Kilda 32 points up. 16-18, 114 to Fitzroy, 12-10, 82. Fitzroy haven't given up. They've had a go all the time, but St Kilda just too good. Craig at Cardinia Park.
In your words, KB, it's a ring-ding-dinger down here. Footscray led by 5 points, 16-9, 105. Geelong 14-16, 100. Could go either way. We've played 11 minutes. Back to Waverley.
Ball taken by Dwyer, centre half forward, kicks the ball, the mark taken by Freeborn, handballs to the fridge, handball over the top, son, he does. John Longmire will kick number 5, and he doesn't miss this time from 2 metres out. So John Longmire's kicked his 5th, and there's the quick reply from North Melbourne on the Mitre 10 scoreboard. The Roos 17-10, 112, Hawthorn 7-11-53.
Anyone would think it was Johnny Longmire's 21st birthday instead of Crawshay's. That was a birthday present, that one, from Fridge Roberts. Wonder if he'll get it back sometime later on. So
John Longmire, bit of form today on the eve of the finals, 5 goals. He's a confidence player. And Dunstall's got 4 for the Hawks. But the Roos, very impressive victory today. 17-10, 1-12. Hawthorn 7-11-53. Not many positives for the Hawks today, I'm afraid. Roberts got the knockout. Oh, he got crutched too. I think it was by Deer. He's thrown his weight around when he's been on, but he hasn't got much of the footy. That's what it's all about. Now Hudson gives out a dodgy handball to Harford. Tallis is also there for Hawthorn. He gives the handball back to Deer. He gets the possession, kicks it to Hargraves in 50. Hargraves should goal from here. Runs in a goal, has a shot, and drills it through the middle. So Tim Hargraves has kicked his second. And on the Mitre 10 scoreboard, it's North Melbourne 17-10, 112. And Hawthorn 8-11-59, and still in the centre. Roberts is down. Now North Melbourne have already lost Corey McKernan. He was badly injured when he flew for a mark. It looks like he landed on his back. And I think from it was Deer that ran into Roberts at that centre bounce, and Roberts is still down. Look, perhaps it could be being winded or perhaps a rib injury. I'd like to see a replay. I'm pretty sure it was Deer that ran through. I'm not saying it's anything illegal, but it was a good old-fashioned hip and shoulder. And that's the second North Melbourne player now that's going to be carried off on a stretcher. He's certainly conscious and moving, so it's a good sign. But I reckon he'll be a little bit sore and sorry for himself. While he's on the ground, let's go back down the ground to Phil Fennell.
We've played 22 minutes into the last quarter, and Richmond lead by 56 points there, 13-22, 100. Collingwood are 6-13, 49. Over to David Cloak at Princes Park.
Yeah, nearly 25-minute mark here. St Kilda 27 points up, 16-19, 115. Fitzroy 13-10, 88. To Craig at Cardinia Park.
Aaron Lord's just snapped a great goal, and the Cats are back in front by 2 points, 15-17, 107. Footscray 16-9, 105. We played 16 minutes. Back to Waverley.
Thanks, Craig. And it does appear to be perhaps a rib injury or something like that. He's quite conscious, and he got a little pat on the back from Anthony Stevens-Roberts as he's being carried off on a stretcher. So it's another blow for North Melbourne. As we said, Corey McKernan went off. And while he's being carried off, Hudson came off for Hawthorn, Mitten Connell back on. So a little bit of concern. You don't have to see this any time, Matthew, but particularly when the finals are just
No, but I'll tell you someone who is happy, Alexishenko, because he'll get another reprieve if they've lost McKernan. He came back in when Capuano went. He lasted about 5 games, back to the twos. He'll be back up again. He'll be ecstatic in his last season.
So the ball back in the centre. Kicked off the ground by Wayne Schwass. It's to the outer wing. No sympathy in any of Matthew Rendell's bones, is there? He is just ruthless, Matty. The big slide by Nick Holland, a spectacular mark at half forward out of sight for the Hawks. Boy, has this kid got a future. He's going to be a star. Let's just hope it's for Hawthorn's sake. It's at Hawthorn and he doesn't go back to Adelaide. Holland's kicking to the forward pockets, marked by Dunstall, right on the boundary line, about 40 metres out. So Jason Dunstall is kicked 4. Now he goes short to Crawshay. Better angle, but slightly further out, about 45, 50 metres now. Crawshay is going to kick for goal. So Crawshay
has had 7 kicks and 4 marks in this last quarter, Crawshay.
How many marks for Holland, Count?
Holland's had 9 marks, 12 kicks, 7 handballs.
Crawshay's kick falls short into the goal square. The mark's taken by Deer. Got the big bulky frame in front. And Paul Deer's marks about 15 metres out from goal, and the angle's not too bad, so Deer is kicking on his right side, which is his left, and Deer should have little trouble kicking a goal.
So they're just playing for fun at the moment, aren't they, Stephen? Just getting a few stats.
In basketball, they call this trash time, or junk time, and Deer has kicked the goal. So on the Mitre 10 scoreboard, it's Hawthorn. 17 goals, 10, 112. Hawthorn, 9-11, 65. Let's go back round the grounds. Phil Pennell.
Richmond 13-24, 102. Lead Collingwood 7-13, 55. And we've played 25 minutes into the last quarter. David Cloak at Princes Park.
Yeah, into time on St Kilda is still leading, 27 points up, 16-20, 116 to Fitzroy, 13-11, 89. Craig at Cardinia Park.
It's a marvellous game. There's Footscray back in front by 4 points. 17-9, 111 to Geelong, 15-17, 107. We've played 20 minutes into the final turn. Back to Waverley.
Well, Longmire's been moved into the ruck now for North Melbourne. The lead, 17-10, 112, 9-11, 65, Hawthorn. That's on the Mitre 10 scoreboard. And soon we'll be voting for the Nomad Telecommunications Player of the Day. It'll be a pretty tough one. There's been some good players out on the paddock. So trying to get the ball out of the centre square. Good play by young Gibson. Gets the ball inside 50. Chance for Holland to run onto the ball. Just needs a kind bounce. Does well. Balks comes back onto the right boot. Kicks a high bomb. A chance for Minton Connell there. Also Dunstall. But the fist of mighty Mick Martin gets there first. Thumps the ball back over the line for a boundary throw-in. Terrific player, Mick Martin. Had a great duel with Jason Dunstall today. Dunstall's booted 4.
So interesting bit of by-play behind the play between Gibson and Wayne Schwass.
So Holland fillers in on that as we see Anderson comes away with the ball.
I don't think I better, KB.
So he kicks back towards the centre of the ground where the ball was taken here by Ross Smith, been a great player. Kicks a long ball. Being held there for Hawthorn is Graham, so he takes the free kick. He's got Young out wide. He can also go short to Taylor. He finds Taylor on the half-back flank. So had a few spells on the interchange bench today, Jason Taylor. He's got a lead from young Gibson, who runs onto the ball, but once more the skill's shocking. Ball hit in front of him, had to take it on the half volley, so the ball comes back to Taylor. The hand pass is a shocking hand pass to Langford, puts him under pressure, back to Swash. They're likely to pay here. The ball's bouncing, but it bounces the wrong side of the goal and through for 1 point. But if you keep making elementary skill errors, you'll put yourself under all sorts of pressure.
Sorry, I was just watching Swass and Gibson. Swass tried to give him the old dead leg.
The dead leg? What's a dead leg?
Yeah, the corky. Dead legs when you were a kid.
I think it was a bit higher than that, actually, Matthew.
Yes. So Young of Hawthorn kicks the ball out wide. Chance once more for North. They've got the numbers. Stevens gets it back to Crocker. They're just raffling it at the moment. Stevens gives the ball back to Crocker. Give him a few stats because it's his first game back. Kicks a high ball to the half-forward line. Young Freeborn goes up, punches the ball at ground level. Trying to take the ball is Robin, but he's over the line, so we've got a boundary throw in. Comments from Matty Rendell.
Oh, I was laughing at those. There's a big clash there. Was that Carey trying to clean up?
Carey and Holland, who've both got suspect shoulders. They absolutely crunched into each other. Both got up and looked at each other and said that was probably a pretty stupid thing to do with about 1 minute to go in the game.
So Harford gets it across the Platte with a quick kick down towards the half-forward line. Nick Holland's there. Fairly does well. Holland dives on top of the ball. Then he was held. Play on, says the umpire. The ball spills clear. Picked up by Minton Connell, who kicks a long bomb down to the goal square. Mick Martin's in front there, offhand and through for 1 point. So at the 27.5-minute mark of the final term, the Mitre 10 scoreboard, North Melbourne 17-11-113, Hawthorn 9-12-66. Let's go to the count.
Yes, KB. Nick Holland, 14 kicks, 7 handballs and 9 marks. An excellent game.
So Blakey comes away from the half-back flank. Long raking kick back to the square, and at the back of the pack has been marked by Taylor. So he bounces up, feeds the ball back off. Young Gibson comes down from the half-back line, then kicks a daisy cutter pass out in front of Minton Connell, but it doesn't hit him on the chest. So now we've got a contest. He wins out this time over Ross Smith, hooks it around the corner. That's a shocking disposal. Lux of Fortune goes here towards Holland, gives it across to young Harford, who I think can really play. Hasn't had a good day today, but he's got ability. But he popped it too far in the air, punched away by Dunstall, and following the ball up once more was young Gibson, and he's hit the post. He's come all the way down from the back pocket, that youngster, so he ran on. That was terrific play by the kid. Unfortunately, he couldn't finish it off with a goal, and it may well have even been his first goal in league football. We'll check that if he had have kicked it.
But he really should have sent it at KB, had a teammate right in the square.
Should have handball count.
Yeah.
Well, young Gibson has kicked a goal. He's played 8 games this year, and he's kicked 2 goals, so... The ball on centre wing position on the outer side of the ground. 17-11-113 North Melbourne. It's an easy win today over the Hawks. 9-13-67. Armstrong about to come back on. Tim Hargraves comes off, and Paul Hudson comes on at the 29-minute mark of this final quarter.
So North Melbourne have got the ball in the defensive 50, taken by Crocker. Now North are going to clear. Taken by Archer, who handballs there to Blakey. Now Crocker is tackled by Jarman. Platten's also in there. Deer fires out the handball, but good work by Blakey. Oh, now Platten's got it again. Great tackle. But the umpire deems it was too high. So John Platten, what are his stats, Paul?
23 kicks, 6 handballs and 3 marks.
As the siren sounds, Platten's got the free kick 50 metres out on a slight angle. So big win by North Melbourne, and John Platten with the last kick of the match. In he comes, drop punt on its way, and it's offline and through for 1 behind. So on the Mitre 10 scoreboard, a big win by North Melbourne. 17-11, 113. Defeated Hawthorn, 9 goals, 14, 68. So that's 32, 40, 45-point victory to North Melbourne. John Longmire kicked 5, 2 to Brett Allison, 2 to Freeborn, 2 to Carey, and singles to King, Dwyer, Crocker, Armstrong, Blakey and Rock. And for Hawthorn, 4 goals to Dunstall, 2 to Hargraves, and singles to Minton, Connell, Deer and Hudson. So repeating the final score, North Melbourne 17-11, 113 have defeated Hawthorn 9-14, 68. Let's go back round the grounds, still Penelope MCG.
Well, it's all over at the MCGs. You can hear they're playing the Tigers theme song. They were victorious by 54 points. 14-25, 109 to Collingwood's lamentable 7-13, 55. David Cloak at Princess Park.
Yeah, it's all over here as well, fellas. St Kilda won by 27 points, 16-21, 117 to Fitzroy, 13-12, 90. At a Craig at Kardinia Park.
Footscray lead by 9 points at the 25-minute mark of the final turn. Footscray 18-10, 118, and controlling the ball across half forward. Geelong 15-19, 109. We've probably got 3 to 4 minutes to go here at Kardinia Park.
Okay, well, we'll keep in close check with that one.